الاسم طلال سالم العنزي، الاي دي اي ام نايت.
وليد تركي عنزي، الاي دي اي ام كينج.
الاسم طلال تركي العنزي، الاي دي اي ام العنزي.
عبد العزيز تركي العنزي، الاي دي اي ام بربروسا.
شبه كان مؤسس قبل البطولة، لكن كنا نلعب بطولات محلية، ما كنا نطمح لبطولات عالمية، وحصلت لنا الفرصة ان نشوف اعلان تصفيات للشرق الاوسط، وتقريبا اسسنا فريق 4 شهور. استوحينا الاسم من طريقة لعبنا، لان احنا اكثر التكتيك اللي نلعب فيه بطريقة هجومية. فريقنا منظم من تقريبا اسرة، احنا اسرة يعني اجتماعية جدا، فالمشاكل هذه ما تدوم، يعني ممكن خلال الجيم تصير مشاكل بسيطة جدا، يعني ما يعني شيء ينرفز الفريق، فمجرد لحظة يعني.
كونها بطولة عالمية ومستويات صعبة، احنا نطمح نكون من أول 3 كوننا نمثل السعودية، ونتمنى نحصل أول 3 باللعبة نفسها.
مثل ما قلت بالأول، حابين نرحب جميع المشاركين بالبطولة، وحنا شعب مضياف كل شيء، لكن بالبطولة ما راح نكون متساهلين، وراح نوريهم الوجه الثاني، ونتمنى أننا نتفوق بالبطولة، إن شاء الله نجيب مركز طيب.
Them's fighting words from Arab Madness coming in here and trying to put the other teams down as we get into the main tournament itself. Once again, Powerbang as well as Seven Worlds here joining me to get into our main tournament games, which are going to be on Erangel. And I'm very excited to get back onto Erangel here to find out who is going to be moving on into the big points. And I want to talk to you guys about drop spots, potential drop spots. There is plenty of room for 20 teams here. However, there are certain locations that favor more loot than others, I would say.
Certainly. There's some really popular drop spots on the map. You're going to see northern Georgia Pole. You're going to see places like Pachinki and Novorepnoye. And these are common spots dropped by a lot of these teams. They have their favorites. Whether or not they did studying of these other teams remains to be seen, but there's definitely some teams that like to drop in the same spots. So look for potential action early as these teams feel each other out. You saw in those intros right there, both Arab Madness as well as Evos. Oh my goodness, they had some supreme confidence. They're coming for you.
Yeah, and BRK and the Terror, the team from India, actually, I saw that they both like landing in Pochinki, so I wonder if they're going to go ahead and try to go for that on the first game. And I want to see if they continue to do that. If maybe Terror takes out BRK, is BRK going to decide, you know what, maybe it's not best we go to Pachinki for the next game?
Sure, and obviously you, Mr. Pachinki King yourself, I get it, you're excited about Pachinki, that's fine, I don't mind. But a place like Pachinki, we've seen be able to house 2 or 3 teams without conflict initially, but it's then when they're now looted up in North Pachinki, East, West, that they then clash because there's a limited amount of resources in terms of things like cars, for example, that you have to kind of try and get if you need to rotate.
Pachinki is not super car friendly. It's got the one in the garage, and then other than that, you may get lucky with one on the road there. So if there's a lot of action early, it could be difficult to find some transportation. But another thing about Pachinki being right in the middle of the map, a lot of teams will loot up their desired location and then head to Pachinki as kind of a second spot to drop into. So you might find another fight on your hands before you're ready for it.
Yeah, and just what you mentioned, it is smack down the middle of the map. So if you're able to pretty much go ahead and control that, you're going to be able to move freely through the map depending on what their circle is. It's something to go ahead and keep an eye on. And as we're seeing right here, just Pachinki actually, relative adaptant items. That's actually pretty too. You don't see that much really good guns there. You don't see that like level 3 helmets, level 3 vests. That's something you definitely don't see at Pachinki, but you do tend to see a lot of action, at least just on pop stomping.
Both Pachinki and School find themselves at central locations in the map, 2 of the easiest places to rotate from. As most often, they are always going to be in that first circle, so teams can loot up in peace as long as they're not dropped on by other squads, which tends to be fairly common.
But a lot of the locations are on the external factors and limiting factors of the map, and one of those is military base, which can be notoriously difficult to rotate off.
Military base is my favorite, personally.
It definitely is, and as you mentioned, it is very difficult to rotate because you either go through the 2 bridges or you're more than likely going to go ahead and just pretty much get on a boat and try to go through, but then you have to worry about guns like DP-28 and just pretty much getting blown up.
All right, gentlemen. Well, without further ado, it is time to get the main tournament ready here and going for game number 1 of Erangel. So, 7PB, take it away for game number 1.
I'm excited. It's time for it to count, baby. These games will all count towards the standings. Who is going to make their mark on the global finals first? Who's going to get that first chicken dinner served up here in game number 1?
Who's also going to go ahead and strike first? Because keep in mind, now every single time a team gets a kill, that is 15 points to their tally. So you're going to see more than likely teams trying to finish off anybody they see down, even if it is third party them. And look at that right there. Round 1, ladies and gentlemen, of Erangel.
Brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. We're going to be taking a look at some of the best teams in the world. A lot of respect for one another, and we have a whole lot of really, really solid players represented from all over the place. We saw in last game the skills and the shooting skills of all these guys with any type of scope. Red dot, 6x, doesn't matter. These guys are beasts.
Talking about military base, some people could actually go ahead and go military base from here, and they could also go Novo. Now, teams that like to go Georgeport, more than likely what you're gonna go ahead and see is you're gonna see teams getting into a car with no loot whatsoever and just driving up to those areas so they can loot up as much as they can.
That's right. You've got, speaking of kind of map position here, we talked about the choke points in the 2 bridges on the southern part of the map. Very, very difficult to transition between the middle part of the map and the southern part, and the zone really dictates when you have to rotate. Now, the northern part, while it is a little bit segregated, it's not nearly as segregated as the southern part. The northern part has probably 6 different routes to get across, so it's unlikely that you're going to be camped there on the bridges or the land passings up there by Stalber.
And it seems like nobody wants to go there, just Naya or Mansion, which can be quite divine. But a lot of teams, look at this. A lot of teams going there to military base in Novo, and oh my goodness, look at that view.
You saw the players all up there. You're going to see them get knocked out one by one. We'll see how quickly they want to keep their face up on that board, I'm having a feeling.
And BRK here right behind Team Terror from India. Terror decides, you know what? I see a team behind us. Let's just not go there. And BRK actually not going to Pochinki. Interesting plays there by him. They're more than likely going to go ahead and just try to play it safe from the get-go, see where all the teams are going to be landing, and then just try to adjust their strategy. That's more than likely something we're going to see from a lot of teams here.
And PUBG, can we get Watertown's name on that map there? It needs some love. Watertown, we absolutely love it. So we're going to see some people looting up here. We've got BRK from South America looting up right away in Watertown, and they are all alone.
Watertown, I actually don't see many teams looting here. The loot quality is not up to standard, and as I say that, he does find pretty much an MP9 and a Tommy gun, which those guns can be really, really good up close. And talking about, was that Wildcard and Fandy already going to go ahead and just pretty much find it out? Full send?
We'll see. We've got some action here. It looks like Wildcard dropped into Primorsk down in the southwestern part of the map, and we also have some company down there. Hot Jukes and Seagut looking out the window at Fandy. She's thinking probably the right way. Let's get the heck out of here.
And Fandy already has an AKM. Oh my goodness. She's looking out for some action there. You can't peek for too long, because as Hot Joke said, if you peek, you're more than likely going to die, especially against Wildcard. So it's something to go ahead and take a look at. And look at this. Cloud9 decides to go Yasnaya instead of Novo. That's something that I have not seen them do before.
Novo was definitely a ways away, and then we're going to have to compete for a car to get over there. As you remember, wow, here we go. We're going to transition to action right away. Outsider putting some really lethal shots there onto Fandy, and they are going to advance and try to press their advantage here.
Fandy more than likely telling her team, you know what, I'm getting shot. I'm going to need some help. Fandy very, very low there, as Outsider is able to go ahead and just pretty much knock her out there with the UMP. Outsider being able to go ahead and just say, okay, that might be 15 points for us right there, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, 15 points on the board. Fandy, the first player knocked out of the game. It looks like 79 alive at this point, but all 20 teams still remaining. Full send, still with 3 players. They can make anything happen here in Primorsk.
And these teams, even though they are trying to maybe engage, they're also trying to loot up. As we can see there, Katarina, just with the shotgun out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much trying to finding an AR or an SMG, something that she can actually go ahead and use mid-range. And look at this, talking about Noble, there is 2 teams here, as we got LHW, and we also have Team 17. And they're just pretty much looting it up. Actually, oh wow,
Korea
I thought it was
winner
3
chicken
teams
dinner,
there for a
and
second.
it looks like Illuminate is going at it with the Team Galaxy. Kong going down early, and he will be the second player eliminated for Team Galaxy representing Samsung.
And Illuminate, the winners of the exhibition match, they're more than likely going to go ahead and still try to ride that wave and get that
Dude, you forgot your weapons, my friend. Go back and get some weapons.
He's saying, you know what? I think I'm going to have to go somewhere else. Illuminate is right there. We don't want any of that this early on. It is way too early, and this man has a DP. I know a couple players there that use DP. Mortal comes to mind.
Dude's like,
look
yo,
at this
UAZ is right up my alley. We do have a real-life UAZ parked out back in the studio, so those here definitely need to go check that out. But wow, Zers, we got action here in Novorotnoye. LH2U taking on Korea Winter Chicken Dinner, two high-powered teams from Asia.
Korean Winter Chicken Dinner, just pretty much with the player down. Are they going to go ahead and try to pick him up right away? LH2U just waiting patiently. He knows somebody's behind him. And great place here by him. As he's on top of the roof, he's going to be able to see a lot more.
Look at those
shots. That. My goodness, accurate shots there with the M4. Now they're going to go ahead and just start pushing and finishing up these kills because it is 15 points per kills. And you're more than likely going to hear me say that again and again. Just to remind you, the jukes there. The jukes were on point for a second there.
Justice getting a knock there on Zed from LH2U, but as return fire coming in, it looks like LZD coming up, taking him out. And that is the first team off the board. Korea Winter Chicken Dinner out early in Novo. LH2U was China's #1 finishing team, and they're showing why they are such right here in the tournament.
In this zone, Pochinki, George Bull, all that, Novo and Military outside that zone, something to go ahead and keep an eye out on because they are going to have to go through either the bridges, as we were mentioning earlier, or just get on a boat, or I don't know who else. Maybe they're going to try to swim, which is really not recommended.
Yo, we saw Evos and Cloud9 in the build-up to this game talk about a little bit of a rivalry. Evos saying they aren't scared. Well, they're going to have an opportunity to show exactly how not scared they are of Cloud9. They are both occupying Yasnaya, one in the east, one in the west, but it's going to be interesting to see if they choose to engage early, or will they bounce out and try to rotate around to get better placement in the next zone.
And look at Hero right here. My goodness, that man's got some cojones because he's out in the middle of nowhere and rushing towards a full team that's more than likely already has a gun to their name.
His squad's behind him as well, though. Hero pushing into Severny right now, trying to catch these guys off guard. We'll see if he's actually able to accomplish that. It doesn't look like he even knows anyone is there. A full squad. It looks like Team GG gamers from the Middle East. They are sitting and waiting, looting up. Severny was pretty close to that plane path, but it looks like they could see some action here shortly.
Yeah, and Hero does have this car automatic rifle, so if he does need to go ahead and engage, he will be able to maybe take out more than one against that team. And look at this. Hero's pretty much telling his team, you know what? I think there's somebody here. Please come and help me out. I
Doc's
think we can maybe wipe him out.
Doc is out for a jog. It looks like Hero is just out getting some exercise up north right now. GG looking pretty strong, getting that loot. We got Majed. Teams have knocked players, but unfortunately, Nade's doing damage to Sam, and Cloud9's top player is on his knees right now begging for some help.
And as we see here, Carnage is pretty much just trying to go around. They don't want to sacrifice a player just yet. They need to go ahead and pick him up, and that's exactly what they're doing. If for some reason Evil's decided to go ahead and push this, at least they also have Kodo for Cloud9 as backup as well.
That's great rotation there from Cloud9, using the buildings for cover, going all the way around the long way, but also timing it so that they did arrive in time. Rolex again putting out some suppressing fire. They're holding Evos in their place, making it so they are unable to take advantage of their advantage in this situation.
And talking about the smokes, here comes the smokes. They're pretty much giving Sam some room to be able to move, just back up a little bit, and it seems that's exactly what Cloud9 is doing. But look at Rolex. Rolex hasn't even moved a bit. Rolex, there you go. Now he more than likely heard his team saying, you know what, let's not engage that. We already know who that team is. Maybe let's wait it out towards the end there.
No need to fight against one of the stronger teams right off the bat here. They decide to fight another day, but good job to them by getting their player up out of harm's way early. Now they know where they stand, they know who's near them, and they know where they have to rotate. Rolex did a great job sitting on point there on the building, really holding Evos in place, making sure none of them could peek efficiently as he got that early knock, and then also covering them on their retreat, making sure his team was out of harm's way before he himself fell back.
And look at that zone right there. Still, oh my goodness, that zone has nobody in it, so that's actually good for all the teams. I have actually got caught a little bit on that bombing zone, and it is not fun. You can actually go ahead and lose all of your players from that bombing zone.
Keep me away from that thing, man. I do not have good luck with that red zone. If I'm in it, I'm a dead man.
Let us know in the comments. You currently watching at home, have you ever died to the bombing zone? Yes or no? Definitely let me know, as we see CPT here just trying to gather around, actually, because the Japanese team might be coming, and as we're seeing that, here comes the shots as well, pretty much with the
Saved
UMP.
by Pan. Did you see that bullet go off his pan? He's getting shot from 2 directions right now. Look at this BTR cruising on by. All kinds of cars in tow here. Japan firing.
Oh, barely being able to get over the mountain. Oh my goodness, he could, if he would have went down there, it would have been game over for that player in Wildcard. Wildcard with the DP28, Hot Jukes, my man. He's more than likely going to be looking to get a sniper rifle. And Siga just driving around trying to throw him off, as we do have Wildcard against Full Send. And here we go. Siga says, you know what, let me go ahead and jump out. There you go. There goes one outsider being able to go ahead and take out Katarina.
They're going for the points early. They wanted to be aggressive. They knew which team they had on their hands with the early knock on Fandy, and you know they're going to try to wipe them before clearing out of her board.
Oh, look at this, though. Exclusive being able to go ahead and take Hot Jukes. Hot Jukes got a little bit careless there, pushed a little bit too much by himself, and he gets taken out of the game. But Wildcard coming in and then just taking full revenge for that. They pretty much just destroy them, but Hot Jukes.
Maybe getting a little too confident coming up the stairs there, trying to push the advantage. Exclusive taking him down and getting the easy finish. Definitely a situation where you got to wait for your teammates on that one, so you have more than one person coming up those stairs.
Full Send there. Now back-to-back games that they take out players that we really didn't expect to go down that early. Hot Jukes, a huge hurt there for Wildcard, as we see the zone coming in now. And we also see an airdrop smack down the middle towards Pochinki. Is anybody going to go ahead and go for that? Because the AWM is in it, and as we're talking about it, look at that. The M249, level 3 military vest, all that good stuff.
Yeah, this is looking really solid for a lot of the teams. You can see the meta is kind of developing right now. A lot of early rotations, not as much edge play here. We do have a lot of terrain, though, for teams to kind of find their own place and nestle in here for the second circle. But for the most part, not a whole lot of teams on the outside right now. Everybody vying for position early.
Yeah, everybody more than likely just waiting a little bit longer. They don't want to engage this early. And if they do engage, as we saw early there between Evos and Cloud9, one player gets knocked down, another player gets knocked down, pick them up, and you know, say, not right now. Let's wait towards the end. And talking about Cloud9, look at Carnage right here, just riding along with, they're actually doing the 2-car strategy. That's something that I've been seeing a lot more in PUBG Mobile. Teams just pretty much getting on the 2 cars, and now we start to hear those shots there from Cloud9. Cloud9 trying to get somebody. We weren't able to see it there. I think it was the Japanese team. Here goes the shots. They could always also go for just pretty much exploding that car.
They definitely could. But look at this. They just drove right on top of CPT, who was waiting for him at the compound here, quickly veering away. Cloud9 says, nah, we weren't ready for that one. They had wasted a lot of ammo on Japan across the field here, and they definitely weren't ready to stumble across the full squad who was waiting for them.
And BRK finds themselves in an interesting spot here, as all of them are inside the exact same building. Baraka is still alive as well. Here comes Cloud9. Caveira is able to see him. He's going to go ahead and take it down. He starts shooting. He does. He's able to go ahead and take one down, but he gets taken out himself. And Sam right here just pretty much picking up some as well. They're now going to go ahead and lay down, try to heal up as fast as they can.
Look at that. Bigatron up at the castle, actually third party in this fight. Really solid play from them. Cloud9 in trouble. BRK in trouble. Will Bigatron take advantage of the situation and push in?
And Baraka here with the AKM just pre-firing as much as he can. He is by himself here. He needs to go ahead and get out of the spot. He's able to go ahead and take out Connell there. He's going to keep on shooting. He takes out another man. BRK taking people out left and right.
Look at that. Baraka finishing off Kodo. He is down and out. Carnage, Sam, both trying to get back into the fight here. It looks like Rolex has been hit as well. This is trouble for C9. Rolex out of the game early. Kodo out of the game early.
Sam +1 takes one out.
Sam's down.
Taking out himself. BRK on the defense here, as now Cloud9 is starting to push and just pretty much destroy him there. Bad plays by Baraka.
And down they go. Cloud9 out early for North America. Huge plays there from BRK. Baraka getting some kills. Caveira getting some kills. Zod doing his thing. Really nice work from the South American squad.
Give that man an AKM every single match. My goodness, that got me hyped. BRK is showing that, hey, We are the #1 South American team for a reason, baby. We're here to win this, and they just pretty much took out the first team, the #1 team from NA, North America, Cloud9.
Absolutely. What they need to do is send a thank you card to Bigatron over there, Indonesia's team. Drop it in the third party on Cloud9 right when they got on scene. I feel a little bit bad for Cloud9. Every time they got into a fight early, they ended up stumbling across another squad. First it was Japan, and they stumbled across CPT. Then it was Bigatron taking on that fight there with BRK.
Definitely GTOU there, just trying not to get killed once again by that bombing sound. That bombing sound can be annoying sometimes, especially if you're trying to work on positioning. Look at this. They decide, you know what, let's go ahead and put the car inside the compound. That way nobody shoots the tires and we can still maybe get out like bandits.
You got LH Doyu down in the south still, making their way in from Novo Rednoye. They are in the zone. They are boosted up and healing. But other than that, everyone else safe. We got teams moving in, and we got action here. We got Terror from India taking on Arab Madness here from the Middle East.
Terror from India telling them, hey, namaste. We are here to win, baby. Let's see what you'll got. Look at this, man, using the lean option there with the Scar. Scar actually becoming a really, really good weapon. There we go. Team Terror being able to go ahead and take out 2 there.
Nice job from Anand there, getting the kill on Alalanzi from Arab Madness. And look at that, peek in the window, gets shot in the face of Meat, putting down those AK shots across the building.
Gotcha, baby. Go back to the lobby and wait for the next game, as now they are in a very bad spot. Team Terror, if they decide, they could actually go ahead and push like they pushed that first building, and able to go ahead and clean up everybody on that second building there, because they are so far behind. More than likely, they are going to go ahead and try to sacrifice that player.
Arab Madness in trouble right now, but one thing they do have going for them is there is no one from Terror flanking or really spreading out at all. They are susceptible to grenades right now, so this could be interesting as they try to pick up their teammate.
And King just waiting patiently. He's trying to pretty much stay away from the windows, giving his team enough time to see if they are going to go ahead and try to risk it, pick him up. But as you're seeing right now, they are fully outnumbered. Team Terror has 4 of them, and Arab Madness only has 2 players. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and still try to engage this, or just back up and go for placing, ladies and gentlemen, as Sakriya waiting patiently for somebody to go ahead and peek with that Scar. I'm seeing a lot of Scars on this first game.
Loving the Scar as of late. It's one of my personal favorites as of late. And, man, really good stuff here by India, holding them back, keeping Arab Madness from going up and saving their man King. Really kind of frozen in place right now. Knight's not doing anything as far as advancing. We do have action elsewhere. GT Doyu finally making their way in here, and it looks like they are taking on, it looks like the Kuwaiti team. We've got the GG Gamers out in the field here. GT Doyu is content to group up at the compound here and get that secure position and lay down some shots on the field.
It seems like they just wanted to go in there, loot up as soon as they can, and back up. They did throw those smokes to say, not yet, we are not ready to engage. You wait a little bit longer, and they were able to actually go ahead and get a good loot. And look at the, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What a hard shift here. And look at this, Galaxy has already made the rotation up there, and they are again missing a player, but they were able to find themselves in a very advantageous position right now.
That map brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and now it looks like Team Terror from India is starting to push slowly. They know they only have 2 players. Look at this, BRK team has 3 alive. Arab Madness only actually has 2. It looks like King died throughout the process.
They let him bleed out, didn't they?
Yeah, they just had to sacrifice him. They pretty much weighed out the options. They say, if we go there, more than likely, we are just going to go ahead and get absolutely destroyed. So let's just wait for them to push us instead.
A couple of your big name teams, RRQ Athena, Thailand's top team here, and then we also have Evos again from Thailand. Both of those guys still at full strength, even after an early engagement with Cloud9 in the case of Evos.
And I'm actually loving the way Team Terror is pushing this. All at the same time. You don't see anybody just waiting behind. They know they got the numbers. They know they pretty much just need to be able to see where they're at. I think right now they still think that they're inside the building, but Arab Madness is just waiting patiently. Here. Yeah, using that third-person perspective to their advantage, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens. They gotta watch out. They don't want to get their party. There could be another team comes around and gets them from behind for Team Terror. And here comes the shots. Team Terror just pretty much trying to get a reaction. That's something that we kind of see sometimes as well. And there you go. Now they were able to spot them. Now they know exactly where they're at. You're going to start hearing those callouts. They're going to say they're outside the building towards the back. waiting patiently. Arab Bandits Knight just says, you know what? Now they've seen me. Time to move on. Let's go ahead and use this bush wikis to our advantage.
They were trying to use the element of surprise, or you saw them on both corners of that lower story, and they were trying to get a push from Terror, but Terror taking it very cautiously, very methodically, pushing up just a little bit at a time, shifting our attention to GT. They are taking on Bigatron right now, getting some great shots in. They've got one down on the field, and they are in trouble. Speaking of Bigatron there from Indonesia.
And you gotta watch out because I saw Wildcard there towards the end, and look at this. GTOU says, you know what? It doesn't matter how far away you are, we're still gonna shoot at you. We need the kills. Interesting stuff. They're deciding not to go ahead and blow up the cars here.
Now they've got that DP, and they're going to leave that car alive. The DP is absolutely one of the weapons that the Asian players tend to prefer, and it's definitely not something you're seeing in the meta in North America right now, although I do feel it's probably one of the most
My goodness. Look at Outsider 9K here.
Outsiders
moving up slowly. Being a little shark.
Wildcard on the aggressive per their MO. This is a really interesting move right now. This team has no idea they're there. So here we see him moving around, trying to get position. Will he make enough noise? Interesting choice to go across that river at that time. Ooh. But it looks like right now, is that Terror going across? It is. They decided to and there's still 16 teams on the board, so everyone here still in it. But you're going to see Wildcard start to play for position most likely and probably cut back on some of the aggressive play.
Definitely, we saw Team Japan there just waiting patiently, starting to move that car around, and look at this. We got BRK still in the same spot where they were able to go ahead and take out Cloud9. And more than likely, I noticed that Sod K already has been damaged a little bit, so they know the exact position here in Caveira, which came in huge with the AKM earlier, just waiting patiently and letting them get a little bit closer.
This is an interesting compound to hold. This is definitely not one of your popular hotspots as far as big compounds to hold, mostly one-story buildings here, and you even saw Team BRK hanging out in a shack a little bit earlier, but it paid off for them. They were able to wipe Cloud9. And here you see Terror getting hit a little bit by Torty. This is a big Russian bot from up in the hills.
Team
got
Terror
a real scrum going on.
My goodness, Team Terror decided to, might have been a little bit too aggressive there, as some of the players are being taken out.
Third-partied by LH Doyu. They finally made their way up from Novorobnoye. They'd get the knock and finish there on Team Terror. On, oh no, they have gone down, it looks like.
Team Terror rips in the chat as they were getting third party by LHW, and that's something we're going to see by a lot of teams, just pretty much being able to go in and pick up kills. Oh, watch out, you can't stay out for too long. You cooked that grenade for a little bit too long. LHW just getting kills left and right, and they go ahead and push as soon as everybody went down. You know what? Let's go ahead and push, loot up as fast as we can, because more than likely, we are going to have to move towards the next safe zone.
Terror was wiped out, so a lot of action going on, and that's one thing that I'm seeing develop here is a lot of third-party action. When two squads are fighting, look for a third squad to kind of chip in from the sidelines there and try to take advantage for themselves.
And Illuminate.
He's already racked up 4 kills, and he's looking for more.
And GG there on a bad spot as they are not inside the safe zone. And now Team Japan noticed that as well. More than likely, they're going to back up a little bit and just wait for them to peek and come towards them so they can get them easy claps, baby. Team Japan looking really good there.
Oh, this zone. This is the worst final zone I think that exists on Erangel. This is oftentimes the battle of will it go north or will it go south of that river. And it looks like GT Doyu in that tower right on the banks is in prime position to hold it, and we'll see how they do holding that division. Oh, look at this.
Oh my god, just a barrier
Baraka
of all
out.
the cars. Baraka out, actually. Whoa, okay, but Illuminate, look at this barrier by Illuminate. And right here, GG decides to go ahead and push, and Team Japan was ready. They were just waiting for them to go ahead and push. They knew that they couldn't stay out there for too long.
LH Doyu is knocking everybody. They just took out another one of Wildcard's members. Wildcard is out. They will go out in 13th place. It looks like, oh my goodness, so much happening right now. RRQ is in it with GT Doyu, but LH Doyu is literally knocking everybody right now. So many different members of different squads popping up. They're really, really impressive so far.
And something I'm seeing towards the background there, Gainstars is nearby, and they are just waiting for
quiet.
They're being quiet this whole game. They're just pretty much waiting there towards the end. More than likely, I've heard them say when the kills count towards the end, but they can also be aggressive.
Gangstars is notorious for kind of taking it slow early on, not really seeking a whole lot of action, but trying to find themselves very well positioned in the zone, moving very methodically and getting that best position early. This zone, however, the two spots that are the best positions have been occupied for a while now. GT Doyu right on the coast is really, really well positioned. And as we talked about, Gangstars, they are taking on LH Doyu right now with GT Doyu chipping in from the sidelines, helping them out.
With a nice DP28. If he actually decided to go ahead and take out the card, that would be huge. Gangstars just using those smokes. We have known they like to go ahead and just carry around 40 smokes between them. That is just an insane amount of smokes. Ooh, LH2U pretty much just laying on the ground, laying down the fire with this UMP, trying to get somebody. And look at this, Team Japan! Oh my gosh, Team Japan getting pretty much unscathed there. Oh, they actually did lose one of their players. Two of their players.
That was a suicide mission right there. They absolutely get destroyed going through the area. Unbelievable stuff, and it looks like Gangstar's still content to hang out in the smokes as long as possible on that bank.
And Illuminate moving forward there towards the bank. That's something I actually never seen before. And here come the grenades. LH2U playing this perfectly. Here come the nades, baby. Oh my goodness, how many nades does that man have?
Hopping in the car. Look at the timing there. Getting those cars into the zone. Nades out. Very, very well-oiled machine here. You see Evo's knocking CPT at the same time here.
And GT just trying to get them in. There you go. He got what he's wanted. That is Team Japan, I believe. That was the last player for Team Japan. And GTOU here just trying to finish. They actually got one more. Just ooh, careful. We saw what happened there earlier too. I believe it was Seagut from Wildcard. Oh my gosh. Gangstars right next to him. LH2U just coming in and just clearing people off. LH2U playing that perfectly. Angry is very nearby. And oh my goodness.
At this. Did he just get punched?
No, Angry. I think it was actually Sute. Sute came and clear him up. Gangstars takes out LH2U there on that exchange. Sute, the only one alive for Gangstars.
Absolutely clutching it. Comes in and squad wipes LH2U. What a turn of events right there on the ropes. But what happened was he chose the two knock players to take out and left up Angry, who got off some shots. Sute comes in, gets the clutch finish.
GTOU here now starting to get some shots here on Illuminate. Illuminate is in a very bad spot here. If they decide to peek, they're just going to go ahead and get taken out. And here we go. He sees another player. More than likely, he's going to go ahead and try to blow up the car.
That car is going to be done.
The car is gone.
Smokes are out.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He's able to go ahead and explode the car and just take him out. But Illuminate still has two players underwater trying to move around and position themselves a little bit better. GTOU using those most still in advantage.
And they have just taken out CPT. It looks like Sute goes down to Majed from the Middle East. And oh my goodness, Gangstars is out as well. RRQ on the receiving end from some GT Doyu bullets.
RRQ Athena here going up against BTR. GTOU, my gosh, look at this madness right here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting closer to the end of the game as GTOU is now starting to push this sniper tower.
This circle is tiny and there's still 17 people alive, 6 teams left, fighting to get that top spot here in game number 1 of the global finals.
BTR jumps out. He's going to get the AKM. He actually decides to back up. He's going to be able to come out. He does take one down.
Huge kill,
but he gets out as well.
Oh my goodness, this is madness. Look at how many players in these smokes. It's just going to be a complete luck fest. Who finds who first?
GTOU looking very strong right now. They do have Lucy very close by. They also have other players as they start jumping up. You don't want to jump up out in the open like that. GTOU is looking very, very deadly here as they're just waiting patiently in the circle. It is so small. And here comes the grenades, ladies and gentlemen, as GTOU is going to start pushing. Oh my gosh. This is an amazing push here by GTOU.
Nade's going to go off, and they're going to make their final push. There it is. He gets the kill. Team eliminated.
Oh, GTOU actually gets taken out there by Luxy. Is he going to be able to finish them off? As another person, there you go. GTOU being able to get the finish. Is he going to be able to pick up his teammate? As now Rusi is starting to move around. Takes one down from GTOU, ladies and gentlemen.
This is crazy. You guys see the status right there on the screen. Evos and Bigatron with 4 members left alive. RRQ pushing in with their final 2, Senior and Q2E making their way in. It looks like they are going to try to hold this shack and get grenades up into the window here, but Kyuxi is really holding serve here. He's got great position and a perfect line of fire.
How have the tables there. GTOU now having a height advantage. They could actually go ahead and just loot those bodies as fast as they can. And oh my gosh! Wow. They blew up the cars. GTOU with the 200 IQ move there. They say they're too close to those cars. You know what? Let's just go ahead and finish them off.
So again, we've got Evos and GTOU both finished second place in their region. And look at this, Evos taking down. Oh, and there it is, Evos. The confidence does pay off, and they get the win in Game 1 of the Global Finals. Our top 3, Evos in number 1, and I didn't see the rest because it moved on. We'll cover that, though, in just a moment.
GTOU with a lot, and I mean a lot of kills there on that match. They were aggressive, keep in mind, 15 points per kill. Evos, they're looking happy, baby. They were in the right spot.
One team that really did well was GTOU. I believe they finished in second place. RRQ Athena in third place. All 3 of those teams expected to perform very well. None of them disappointed. GTOU, though, with tons of kills that game in that optimal position the entire time. Cannot wait to see what the scoreboard says here shortly.
Big congrats to Evos for taking that chicken dinner to start off the tournament here. GTOU not only getting second there, but also getting second in the exhibition match as well. So they've got to be kind of feared, I think, coming into this tournament.
Reasonably, I think that is one of the things. I mean, if you can make a habit of getting second place every game, you're going to win the tournament. That's just a really, really consistent showing. And they have not only been consistent, but they're being aggressive. They're making shots. Really, really solid stuff from all the teams really this game.
And Evos, they're just being able to go ahead and take that first win. That is definitely going to go ahead and boost up their confidence even more. And I cannot wait to go ahead and see how they come out on game number 2. And something you mentioned, GTOU actually finishing second place on the exhibition match and now on this first ranked match. What are they gonna go ahead and try to change some stuff? Because they have been playing very, very aggressive.
You don't change anything when you're finishing like that, my friend. You keep doing what you're doing, you rack up those points, and you rocket yourself right up the scoreboard. So at the end of day 1, you're sitting in that top spot.
I think something is exemplified from what we've seen here in game number 1. We now understand why Cloud9 was like, oh, Evos just knocked us. Maybe we should back off a little bit, because they showed in that game that they are definitely very fearsome and something to contend with.
Definitely so. At the end of the game, Evos was blessed with a little bit of zone shift there. GTOU had to move out from that tower, and Evos was in prime position waiting for them. Somehow they were able to avoid most of that final fight between RRQ, Athena, and I mean, it was like just kind of waiting on the sidelines to see what happened, and we'll take the winner.
Yeah, there was so much action going on there between GTOU and just RRQ that honestly we didn't even pay attention there to Evos, and Evos just came in and he just took it like a champ.
Mark of a good team.
That's right, let's take a look at some of the highlights here, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
Jumping into the action, Illuminate early on, taking on the Galaxy team here, knocking a guy early, and this is where you saw the Samsung employees take off on a track meet from Small Power here, and ultimately, they made it pretty far into the match, but probably didn't get the placement they were hoping for.
And LHW being able to go ahead and take the high ground there, and Noble finishing those kills, making sure to get those knocks, and actually right here, great place by them because they were able to go ahead and take people down. And earlier, as we were talking about Cloud9 against GTOU, they're super early in the game. They engage, they knock one another, and then they say, you know what, let's back up a little bit.
Rolex's mom and dad right there on screen actually cheering on their son as he takes out one of the Evos members. Unfortunately, they do go out early. A disappointing finish for them in the first game. And then we've got Hero getting blown up there by GTOU. What an impressive performance from them. I want to say that LHW was some of the best aim of the tournament so far. And you see Wildcard C got here getting crossed, trying to get across that river.
And Team Japan here playing this perfectly. They knew they had to push, blowing up that car, being able to get this easy kills. And LHW here just getting an amazing rush there. But Sute coming out on top of that engagement. Right here, GTOU under the bridge, waiting for eliminated people to go ahead and come out of that water and finish it. Mob and that grenade, I believe actually they blew up the car, being able to go ahead and take out those 2 players there from RRQ.
One of the dangers of having so many vehicles is you risk having them exploded. But look at that. Huge victory there for Team Evos. They are confident, they are good, and they are currently at top dog in game number 1.
Definitely good points coming in here, but look at that. Who gets the most kills? It's Do You overall. That's some, not only baby
Wow,
that's some,
look at that. The Chinese team's absolutely destroying everyone else. The number 1 and number 2 teams from China putting up a combined 34 kills between them.
My gosh.
Wow.
That's some daddy sharks
Wow.
right there.
I knew that LH Doyu put together an impressive performance. You saw what GT Doyu did, but those numbers right there, yeah, I'm scared.
I mean, the big problem is that for all of the teams, Evos, despite them actually coming first in that game, they didn't get anywhere near the amount of kills that the other 2 teams did, and they were quite high up in the ranks, especially
GT Doyu finished in 2nd place. You can see big shout out to Baraka there, really holding it down, sitting in that shack there at the beginning of that fight. Really good stuff from them, but you see a lot of the Asian teams dominating the kill scoreboard there. Evos with a couple of members, LH Doyu with a couple of members, GT Doyu with a couple of members. Really nice stuff.
2 players there just currently tied with 8 kills already after game 1. My gosh, that's pretty awesome to see, to be completely honest. LH Doyu Ace and GT Akan tied with 8 kills for the most kills so far in the tournament.
I think that's very important to know, is that in the PUBG Mobile, in the game itself, we've seen it throughout regionals and regionals and regionals. Very rarely do you see teams in one game get that many kills. And on this world stage, that's massive for these 2 teams.
That's a huge statement to come out and put up performances like that. Look at this. We see some of the statistics from the 2 top finishing teams. You've got Evo's Ernie there finishing with 1 skill, 6 squad kills though, and they finished overall in 1st place. And then you've got Shuxin from GT Doyu with 6 kills, 16 squad kills for him.
I'm interested to see if they might actually go ahead and end up 1st place on the standings. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Evo's Verdi just pretty much ranking up the kills there as well. And look at this now, the placement. GT Doyu finishing after round 1 in 1st place just on kills alone. They got 605 points, and Evos with 590 points. LH Doyu with 400 points, ladies and gentlemen.
Very close to start off the standings here for game number 1, so that is the difference. It's not only about kills, there's also the survivability factor that comes in, and something that really hindered some of these teams, of course, was that potential 50-50 river circle that we saw, which is important to highlight. It's very hard to make the decisions right at that moment.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the standings really quickly, the top spots dominated by Asian teams all over the place from Asia. They are really, really strong. You can see North America 8 and 10, and you've got the European champ all the way down at number 19.
Definitely. So those are the standings so far. Good to check in with those. But of course, we still have plenty more games to come. We've got
just
3
1
more
out
today.
of 12.
That's right.
Right? We got a long way to go.
That's right. And obviously, say our exhibition matches at the start of each day as we continue things on. For now, we are ready to head over to the stage as we have an interview. Valdez is ready.
Thank you, Claris, for handing it on over. I'm here with Evo's Bullshark. He was able to win with his team in the official round 1. So that's 2 Thai teams now in a row that have won. How do you feel about representing Thailand, and do you think you can continue that streak?
ก็รู้สึกดีครับมันทำให้ทีมผมแบบได้ปลดปล่อยในความอึดอัดของทีมครับทำให้เรามีกำลังใจเล่นต่อไปครับ
他们觉得很激动，然后作为泰国队伍获得胜利，然后觉得很光荣。
They're very excited to win this round as a Thai team, and they'll continue to keep working hard.
Okay, that's great to hear. So I realized that you guys didn't have so many kills as compared to some of the other Chinese teams, but you won the round in the end, which is also very important. So I was just curious, what is your guys' general strategy for when you are playing PUBG Mobile? Do you like to be more aggressive or more defensive in general? So do they like to play more aggressive? Like more offensive, go for kills, or play more defensive and wait for the other teams to die?
กลยุทธ์ของทีมเราก็คือเล่นให้แบบเซฟให้มากที่สุดครับรัดกุมแล้วก็ดึงอันดับให้สูงแล้วก็เราจะได้แบบมายิงคิวกันตอนท้ายวงนะครับ
就是他们就是队内配合，然后就是击杀了很多的人，因为队内配合很完美。
It's because of the team cooperation. That's why it's perfect. That's why their playing strategy is very good.
Okay, that's great to hear. So I wish you guys would give a round of applause for Bullshark and Evos, who won the official round 1. And you can return to your seat now. Thank you for the interview. That way. So guys, I hope you guys did enjoy round 1, but we're not done here yet on the stage. We actually have a special kind of giveaway right now. So I have 5 gift cards here for PUBG Mobile, and if you guys want to get one of these gift cards, just raise up your hand right now and I'll go find you and give you the gift cards. I've only got 5 to give away, so right here, these guys, they lifted up their hands first. I'll give one to you guys. You'll have to fight it out. And this guy right over here, he seems like he could use one as well. Here, there you go. Right here in the middle. I'll give it in the middle. You guys can fight over it. Sorry. Let me go over this way. This guy right here, he looks like a big PUBG Mobile fan. Oh yeah, represent. I like that, just the one, yeah. And right here. I like the hair. Oh, you're playing PUBG right now. That's an awesome reason to give it away. I'm glad I could give it away to some big PUBG Mobile fans. So guys, that's going to do it for this official round 1. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to be here for round number 2. Stay tuned.
PUBG! Woo! Brothers, my brothers here.
Here we go. Where are my other people at?
Suka PUBG Mobile! PUBG Mobile!
Actually, we'll practice more and more because we know that we are competing with most competitive teams. So we'll practice, we'll improve our skills more and let's see.
Merak ediyorum özellikle yemeklerini. Hayatımda hiç deve eti yemedim, deve eti yemek istiyorum.
The terrifying nightmares. Team Hyro. Fighting.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need, until you need it.
After re-listening to our player community, Lightspeed Studios took some time and effort to make things as flawless as possible. How do you transfer the map from PC to mobile? That's easy. We simply copied and pasted. No, just kidding. Yeah, whenever we have a bigger city area, there's a greater pressure on performance, especially on mobile devices. Therefore, parameters, specifications for terrains, buildings, vegetations, and more have to be precise in order to run the game smoothly. We also simplified complicated building structures and city items to make it easier for players to loot. The brand new Dusk mode provides vastly different visual experience. We got 3 new weapons, each with its unique characteristics. Even some of our vehicles got a fresh new paint job. The desert map is 50% larger than the island map, so there is way more content. The area outside the city is a wide open mountainous region which lacks shelters such as trees or grass. There's way more middle and long distance combat which requires greater precision when shooting. So players better get to be good at estimating their relative positions from enemies to find the best hiding spot on the back of a slope. Actually, some of our less popular places, such as island, mine caves, ruins, have good loot. Trust me. This new map is awesome. So we're constantly working on stuff during the daytime, and then we stay up all night playing. Who needs sleep?
Oh, no! Oh, play PUBG Mobile.
Evo's Burnout set the competition ablaze in the first round of the tournament to set themselves up with the first chicken dinner of the tournament. And what an impressive result it was from them. But almost a little bit of that spotlight really stolen, I think, by our Chinese teams with the amount of kills that they were racking up to start off the day, boys.
Evo's Burnout picking up the chicken dinner, the first place in game number 1, but not the first place in the tournament overall, as GT Doyu, they picked up a ton of kills in order to secure the top spot in game number 1. LH Doyu, probably one of the most impressive teams overall in the first game. Shooting skills on point, just moving like a finely oiled machine. These guys really snappy with their timing, their movements, their grenades, their guns, everything looked on point.
Yeah, just pretty much going off the movement there. Just the rotations seemed on point. They were throwing smokes when they needed to go ahead and throw them. Actually, at one point, I saw them pretty much running away from a fight, and they were in the car throwing smokes out of the car. So interesting strategies there by LH Doyu and GT Doyu.
We've seen that a few times actually in the past as well. We saw it in North America as well. We're used to great success, and it's nice to see that. And also, you mentioned it during the commentary that smokes in mobile are different to smokes on PC because they are so light. You can carry so many of them, and they're pivotal in those final circles.
When you see a lot of these teams, at least in the North American meta, they're carrying up to 10 smokes apiece, if not more. And that's just, I mean, you can cover the battlefield forever, and it did seem at the end of that game, their smokes were everywhere. 17 players alive in a tiny circle. That really kind of says something about the value of smokes.
It definitely was, and that means game number 1 is done and in the books. However, we have more teams to introduce you to as we continue things on here for the PMSC Global Finals 2018. So let's meet 4 more.
สวัสดีครับผมชื่อกล้องครับชื่อไอดีในเกมตอนนี้กำลังศึกษาอยู่มหาวิทยาลัยครับสวัสดีครับชื่อโก้ครับชื่อในเกมเป็น RQG9 ครับมาจากไทยแลนด์นะครับสวัสดีครับชื่อดี้นะครับชื่อในเกมชื่อ RQD2E นะครับตอนนี้ก็ไม่ได้ทำอะไรครับว่างเล่นเกมอย่างเดียวครับสวัสดีครับชื่อ2ครับชื่อในเกม RRQI2 ครับอาชีพที่ทำอยู่ปัจจุบันคือเป็นกราฟิกดีไซน์ก็ได้รางวัลระดับเอเชียที่1มาครับเราก็ยังไม่รู้สึกดีใจเท่าไหร่ครับเพราะว่าเราจะรู้สึกดีใจที่สุดก็ต่อเมื่อเราได้ที่1ของโลกก็สำหรับผมนะครับการเป็นที่1ของเอเชียก็ไม่ค่อยเท่าไหร่ครับเพราะว่าทีมผมก็ที่เราเข้ามาสมัครร่วมรายการนี้นะฮะก็จะโชว์ให้โลกรู้ครับว่าเมืองไทยมีดีแค่ไหนก็จากรอบที่3-4จากรอบที่3-4-5นะครับก็คือวันนั้นมีผู้หญิงมาปาร์ตี้ฮะเราได้มองผู้หญิงแล้วเรารู้สึกกระชุ่มกระชวยครับเราก็เลยมีพลังในการเล่นบวกกับสไตล์การเล่นเราเปลี่ยนครับเราเปลี่ยนไปเล่นเข้าหลังคนอื่นเขาแทนเราชอบยิงฟรีครับเราสู้ตรงๆไม่ได้เราก็เลยหนีวงเข้ามาเรื่อยๆครับยิงคนอื่นฟรีๆไปจนได้อันดับ1สำคัญที่สุดก็คือผู้หญิงครับเพราะว่าเราเล่นโชว์ผู้หญิงเท่านั้นเองครับผมคือมันมีผู้หญิงประมาณ100 กว่าคนอยากให้ผมเป็นแฟน100 กว่าคนเลยครับผมทีม RQ อัธนาครับเป็นตัวแทนจากประเทศไทยในรอบของเอเชียเข้ามาครับทาง D2E เล่นก่อนนะครับแล้วผมมาตามเล่นทีหลังครับแต่คือตามมาทีหลังก็เก่งกว่าอยู่ดีคือสอนมาก็เก่งกว่าอยู่ดีครับสรุปแล้วคือผมก็เล่นเก่งกว่าเขาอยู่ดีก็แน่นอนครับ D2E เก่งกว่าเยอะครับไม่เห็นด้วยว่าวันๆผมไม่ทำอะไรนอกจากเล่นเกมตื่นก็เล่นนอนตื่นมาก็เล่นกินข้าวก็เล่นจะนอนก็เล่นทั้งวันก็ต้องโดนคงไม่มีใครมาชมคนเล่นเกมทั้งวันมันรัก PUBG Mobile นะครับผมรัก PUBG Mobile นะครับแน่นอนผมคิดว่าในระดับโลกก็คงไม่ได้ยากเกินไปที่เราจะคว้าแชมป์มาให้ได้ตอนนี้ยังไม่ได้คิดเรื่องเงินครับตอนนี้คิดแค่ว่าจะเอาที่1อย่างเดียวชิคเก้นลีดเดอร์ที่1ก็เราอยากฝากให้ทุกทีมนะครับคือระวังหลังพวกคนให้ดีครับไม่แน่เราจะไปยิงหลังพวกคุณเองครับวินเนอร์ชิคเก้นลีดเดอร์ RQ Fighting
name is Robi Mahardika Saputra. I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia.
Hello, my name is Galang Yuga Ditama. I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia.
Hello, my name is Ngade Bagus Kabaswara. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia. And my nickname is Peter Roxy.
Hello, my name is Mari Bagas Kamrita. I'm from Bigetron Esport from Indonesia. I am a student. My in-game name is Vidya Rizapsi. I'm an older, 8 minutes. And then my brother. My relationship is really good, and every day we fight for every single match we fight with my brother. And just talk too much. The biggest fight when he throwing me a bomb, so I died early, and then I punched him. He's very terrifying for me because he's angry every time.
Because I'm still playing PUBG practice.
You must strong to control your sounding, but your son is the good player for PUBG Mobile.
My parent was very glad and just can't say anything. They are happy with both of us.
Yeah, my team is very strong because we have many tactics and good strategy. If we lost the game or we got you need to evaluation to review the game before.
You will play better than them.
I will tell you up.
Don't meet us in early. If you meet us in early, I will tell you up.
So hello guys, my name is Sakriya Puri and I'm the leader of the Terrifying Nightmares. I am from Mumbai and my gamer tag is Sakriya Puri.
Hi, my name is Amit Sharma. My gamer tag is Amit Sharma 9184. I am from India.
Hi guys, my name is Mehul. My gamer tag is Torpedo. I am currently a university going student.
Hello guys, my name is Anand Puri. I am from India. I am a member of Team Terrifying Nightmares. Currently, I am a university student and my gamer tag is Anand Puri 19.
It gives me goosebumps to be in an international tournament with him, and it's really exciting for both of us to be in the PMSC Global Finals, and a really proud moment for both of us brothers to be here representing India.
I want to thank PUBG Mobile for hosting such a big event at such a large scale. Me and my brother are very excited to face the other competitive teams.
So according to me, it would be RRQ Athena.
The main reason why we think RRQ can be a competition is because RRQ also lands at our landing spot, which is Pochinki. So we can have a fight at the very first minute.
Just keep your guards up for the Terrifying Nightmares.
That we can participate and represent our country. Our parents were proud. They supported throughout the event. They were supporting in the Anfish Championship, and they are now supporting us in the PMSC Challenge also, because they know that we are representing India and they are proud of us.
So we won it in India and we hope we won it here. So let's go, brother. Let's win this.
こんにちは。私はチームジャパンの荒金陽太と申します。ゲーム ID は JPN レイシーで出場させていただきます。
チームジャパンの松本博文です。ゲームネームは JPN 真夏でやらせていただきます。
チームジャパンの半沢正光です。ゲーム ID は JPN ドギーでやっています。
JPN ソルトギアです。名前は大須賀和人です。で、家にギャラクシーの端末が一つあって、それならPUBG モバイルができると思って始めました。PUBG モバイルは誰でもどこでもプレイできるので、すごく魅力的だと思います。 今回の大会に参加した理由は自分の実力を試したいからです。
その大会で日本予選は行われていたので、一人一人の打ち合いが強いところが調子です。少し緊張はしていますが、負けるっていうことは考えられないです。
上位に食い込める自信があるので、頑張って上位に食い込もうと思ってます。
3位という結果で終わったのは悔しいですけど、世界大会に行けるっていうことがすごく嬉しくて、で、予選は3位でも日本代表として1位を取れれば自分は満足です。
全て分割して1位になりたいと思います。
タイのアジアファイナルで実際に戦った RRQ だと思います。
最多キルになれるよう頑張っていきます。
優勝できたら本当に嬉しいと思っています。
1日1ドンカツ、どうぞ。
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here, and hearing from all of these teams once again, brotherly love. That's what I extracted from that, my friends. So many brothers on these teams pairing together and bringing that kind of ferocity here to the table. It's really cool to see, actually. It really kind of breaks, it puts that bond in place where you always know what your brother's going to do.
Absolutely.
So perfect.
There's chemistry there that's just natural, that's built in, that you don't have to learn. And it almost makes you want to root for these guys to do well so they can take that home to their family.
Definitely. And usually between that, there is brotherly rivalry. So more than likely, they are going to go ahead and try to do better than one another.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So whilst we're just waiting here for our next game, it's important to note that our teams have a little bit of an opportunity to talk strategy, have a bit of a kind of timeout, as it were, to be able to figure out exactly what they're going to be wanting to bring into the next game. Gentlemen, you were already talking to me about how the two Doyu teams actually very much impressed you in the last game. Evos obviously took that first place, but which other teams from our first game, or even the games that we've had so far, have really kind of shone through for you and you expect to be able to do well throughout the tournament?
Got to be Team BRK from South America, getting that wipe on Cloud 9 and persevering on into the game. Baraka there putting together a ton of kills all by himself and really set the tone for BRK as they were able to finish very well in that first round.
Yeah, and as we're seeing them Team Hyro, actually, I'm looking forward to see what they're able to do. They seem to jump out a little bit too late there and they got blown up. And another team is the Terror team from India. Yeah. They had flashes there of greatness, but they weren't able to get the place in there. They were pretty much, they got knocked out too early. So I want to go ahead and see how they come out here in game number 2, the Indian team, Team Terror.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing that you mentioned actually with BRK that kind of sparked my interest was at the very beginning of our game, they actually dropped, you say Watertown, I say Atlantis. Everyone has a different name for it. I'm going to go with Atlantis just to annoy you. But overall, it's not the most common of loot spawns.
No, it's not.
To actually try and kind of prolong the game.
No, it was a very uncommon drop spot, but you saw there was kind of a pseudo hot drop there, if you will. A couple of teams were dropping right next to each other in a very obscure location. I believe that was Team Terror. They peeled off and decided to go elsewhere, leaving Watertown to be looted up by BRK. So they got the loot that they needed. Ultimately, it allowed them to win a couple of fights, put them in a pretty good position here heading out of round 1.
Yeah, and they actually got caught coming out of that area there. They were pretty much hiding in a little shack as cars were passing by them. So very, very risky drop there by them.
Can you be the tiebreaker, Seven? Can you tell me, what do you like, Watertown or what's your choice?
Venice.
Venice? Oh no!
Oh boy, we're never coming to resolution on this one.
Well played, well played. I'm not going to take that away from you. But overall, going into our next round, what do you think some of these teams have to take away from them? Obviously, I think that the plane was pretty good for the most part. It didn't limit too many locations. What do you think?
It didn't really shine the light on any location in particular as though it's going to be this is going to be a hot drop. But there was a lot of stuff that was in range. You saw it kind of splitting the difference between Pachinki, military base against Naya Poliana, flying right on through the middle there on the diagonal. So a really solid plane path for the most part. Maybe we'll see another one this game.
Yeah, and pretty much the ending zone there just pushing all the way up to George Bull, even though people were landing at the beginning there in military base. So great rotations by some teams. I'm looking forward to see if some teams are going to start landing more towards they're more comfortable. So BRK, are they going to go Pachinki? Maybe Cloud9, are they going to start going to Novo? I'm looking forward to see if they're going to start doing that or if they're just going to keep on mixing it up.
That zone, though, that is my least favorite zone in all of Erangel that we saw at the end of that game, just out in the middle of nowhere, absolutely no cover. And if somebody nobody's in that sniper tower and in that building as GT Doyu was. They're in a supreme position, but even that's not safe because it's just like throw nades at me, you know. So
I mean, it wasn't only the circle over water; it was also over a bridge as well for a little bit of time, which. Water and bridge creates multi-leveled weird fights going on in such an odd area.
That's just mean.
And as we saw there, pretty much they were taking advantage of it. They were just crouching under the bridge, being a munchkin pretty much, and just shooting people out of the water as they were starting to coming up.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it was really really interesting to see. Another kind of note that I have from Game 1 was Team Japan getting caught in vehicles multiple times out in fields, just trying to drive peacefully, I might add, from one location to the next, and they got shot at by Cloud9. They got blown up there at the end. You know, everything seemed like it was pretty chaotic enough, and then Team Japan comes driving through and then just ultimately got destroyed.
Yeah, risky plays. I think it was the terror team also did that as well.
The same thing, but they were able to sneak across the bridge.
They were, and then Hyro was trying to do that too. So a lot of teams just taking riskier plays. Are they going to learn from that, or are they just going to go ahead and, you know what, maybe that was just bad luck there on that one. Let's just go ahead and continue.
I think luck had a lot to do with it. Yeah. That zone really kind of forced. I mean, you saw how many people were left alive. That was one thing. You got to give credit to all these teams. Just staying alive with no real cover and in a tiny circle like that. Sometimes you don't have a lot of choice besides, well, let's just hit it and hope for the best. And unfortunately, for a couple of the teams, it didn't work out. Others, it did.
Evo's position that they were in at the very end, actually were quite fortunate that we saw Doyu show themselves in the tower as well, because coming off of that ridge next to where the river is can be very difficult against that tower in itself, right?
It can. It's got some great cover there. You can kind of move horizontally back and forth, but the tower being the prime position, but the tower also, you know exactly where they're going to be. So you know where to put your crosshair, and as soon as they peek, that's the end of it.
Yeah, and if you get caught in the water, let's see what this plane path is going to be, because we saw it earlier. It definitely turned into a lot of stuff.
Hey,
and as we were
it's the
mentioning,
same path, but flipped a little bit. We're going to go diagonally through the map again from the north this time, flying on down south through the military base, which does put Noye in range, but pretty much everything in range here on this plane path. This is a great path.
And something I noticed right away, Gangstars drops, and they're going to their natural habitat. George Bull.
Yeah, you kind of coming. They're going to head to North George and start looting up per usual. Let's see if a lot of these teams kind of get back to their roots here. And, you know, we saw some of the teams that prefer Pochinki did not drop their last game, even though the plane path did allow it. We'll see if they do that again this game.
A lot of teams just starting to spread out. Actually, I'm loving this plane path here because it's going to allow teams to just pretty much go to where they usually want to go, right? They don't have to just jump into a car and try to go that way. And look at this, BRK, once again, dropping Atlantis, Watertown, or Venice, whatever you want to call it. They're going there once again. It seems to work out there in the first match, so why not? Let's go ahead and do it again.
They're going to drop into a place with buildings and water. We'll call it that, buildings and water. Looting up though, but they have company. Did you see that? They got another squad there looting up just. We got Cloud9 and Evos again squaring off in Yes Naya.
Again, I wonder if they're going to go ahead and knock each other down one more time and realize, hey, you know what? We're going to keep on dropping here. What are we going to do here? Are we going to try to take each other off at the beginning of the match, or we're just going to pretty much keep doing the same thing, knock one down and then back up and just run away?
One thing I see developing with Evos and Cloud9 there, Cloud9 very separate from each other. These guys are all looting up solos, so if Evos does catch one of them, it's going to be curtains for him, unless they can pull off some sort of miracle rotation to pick up their teammates.
And LHW actually having Novo all to themselves. My gosh, that's going to be a huge advantage there, because we saw them play really good in the last round, and if they're able to go ahead and get that loot, on top of that, just being able not to have to worry fighting anybody on Novo, that's crazy.
They've gone there twice now, kind of staking their claim. Novo is ours, and with those gun skills and with that performance in the first round, let's see if Cloud9 actually challenges that a little bit later on. I have a feeling they may steer clear and continue to loot up Yaz, as it's got a little bit more escape route, a little bit more versatility. And as you can see, the zone this game, very central, very friendly to pretty much everyone everywhere on the map.
Yeah, and actually Team Japan, very spread out. They're not even close to each other. I think they were maybe trying to get some cars and loot up, but interesting plays there by them, as they do have GTW fairly close in school. School, one of the people's favorite drops sometimes.
We've got a split drop right now, looks like, from GTW. They're heading school, Roz. I mean, they're trying to group up, but it looks like Team Japan over at the apartments right now staking their claim. Six God's going to have to get out of Dodge and head over to meet up with his team as he sees the folks over at the apartments.
And just to remind you at home, this is day one, round number 2. We will be doing this tomorrow and the day after tomorrow until December 1st. So make sure you go ahead and tune in at the exact same time. In BTR taking what I wasn't able to see that the name there, but just pretty much looting up as much as it can with the DP28 as well. Level 1 helmet. That's something that we're kind of been seeing in play here. If you have a level 1 helmet, you might not want to go ahead and take a fight, because everybody is just so accurate.
What if you have a level 1 helmet with spikes on it like that guy?
I might take it. I'm sold.
Yeah, maybe Kato has here the level 1 helmet with spikes on it as well. Looking pretty solid here, but again, sweet backpack, really cool gear, man. All these guys are looking fly. Carnage has got that sweet white backpack on, and these guys are, look at him. He's just scouting. He's just looking around. He's trying to find those Evos guys.
It is. They're using that third-person perspective to their advantage. Once again, day number 1 is third person, day number 2 is first person, and day number 3 is going to go ahead and be third person once again. So you're going to be seeing a lot of people, if it's third person, you're going to be seeing a lot of people just put up their faces straight to the wall just so they can go ahead and look around the corner.
What's that guy doing there? Just staring at the wall.
And also, you're going to see a lot of snakes, it seems, in third person. If for some reason you don't know what snakes are, is when people just lay down on the ground. So do me a favor, if you're watching at home, spam some snakes in the chat, please, as Evos is still just looting up all these apartments. And my goodness, they already have an M4, they already got pens, they already got the whole 9, it seems.
Yeah, they're looking pretty solid right now. Evos, again, a really, really solid crew. And they are, man, really great stuff. I mean, finishing first overall in the first game. CPT, interesting stuff here. Driving around outside of Pachinki, grabbing a spot on the hill here.
Trying to find the ocean to go
outside
surfing.
buildings. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely trying to find the ocean to go surfing there. And he doesn't currently. There you go. He does have one gun behind him, but he's trying to find more stuff. And that man has a level 2. Oh my gosh! Look at this right here. That zone actually not bad at all.
It's smack dab in the center. Even the teams that are out of it right now. Hero down in Primorsk. We got, looks like the Arabs up in the top left. They're, all good to go.
And LHW and Novo, they're currently just barely outside the zone, but their loot is going to be just off the chain. And look at them. They're just pretty much switching ammo or whatever it is back and forth. Whatever you're more comfortable with, right? That's what it comes down to with these teams. If maybe a player doesn't like using the 4-time and one of their teammates does, then they're just going to go ahead and exchange that so they will be more comfortable and just feel that's something that actually comes that I notice a lot of players prefer to do. pick up something that you are comfortable with, even if it's not as powerful.
Correct. I think that that's something that, I get asked a lot of times, why do you prefer this weapon over that weapon? And it's just like, well, I do better with it. It's a very simple answer. It doesn't necessarily mean that statistically it's better or it puts out more damage per bullet, but, a lot of times if you're good with a weapon, you stick with it.
Yeah. Ooh, and look at this drop right here for Wildcard. Wildcard just on crates. That man C got already with the ghillie suit. That's going to come in huge, especially towards the end of the match if it's for some reason out in the open. And here we got they're actually getting shot at.
Big Russian bot getting shot at here.
They're getting shot at and they're just waving around trying to juke them. They were able to actually get not even damage. They're going to be able to just loot up here and stand their ground.
They're going to hole up here, it looks like, closing the doors, kind of getting ready to fight potentially. They don't know if they're going to get chased out from Pachinki. I believe it was one of the Chinese teams, CPT, up on the hill that was firing shots at them as they drove by. Big Russian bot. There you see CPT on the hill. But we've got Big Russian bot, second place finishers in Europe. And they've got a lot to prove here this particular match.
Yeah, something that I would like to go ahead and point out is that there's not that much action here at the beginning. Before, in the previous game, there was already some teams already out. Right now, everybody seems to be playing it safe now that game number 1 has passed. And look at this, the Terror team from India being able to go ahead and just work their way all the way a little bit towards that. I believe that's a little bit towards Pachinki. Yeah,
this is the east side of Pachinki here, and it's looking pretty, or excuse me, west side.
That's a nifty spot there on top of the couch through that little window with the DP. I noticed a lot of the teams from India like using that DP.
Yeah, I think Asia in general really has a strong preference for the DP. You see some of the Chinese teams typically are preferring the M4 and like a 6x scope, just absolute laser beams for aim. And then we've got RRQ here kind of pushing in towards Terra. I wonder if they know that they're there, if they know what they're getting into here. You see 2 members of RRQ split off to the side, and Sakria's just waiting.
Yeah, RRQ definitely playing it safe there. They might have been able to hear him, or they might have been able to hear something, because RRQ D2E is just waiting patiently. Oh yeah, they know. Senior is calling them out with that Mini 14, baby. He's just waiting for somebody to go in and peek, and all of them are in the exact same building. They could actually, oh my gosh, look at this right here. GT getting some shots there on BTR. There you go. First blood of game number 2.
Great position there. BTR unfortunately going to have to leave Zuxi behind as Zuxi goes down. Man, one of the brothers eliminated here early.
And GT, though, you just pretty much finishing up that man. They already got a lot of kills in the previous match. More than likely, they want to go ahead and continue that trend through every single match with already 1 kill and looting him up. Once again, the Scar.
RRQ, Athena, and Terra have kicked off as well. Terra, one of their members, did get knocked. A knock goes down, and look at that grenade torpedo taking him down all the way in the warehouse. What a shot.
He say, hold up a bit. Kai say ho, I see that you're there. Back up.
This is an opportune time for another grenade. You know where they're knocked. You know he hasn't crossed. The smoke's out. This is where you start lobbing in more grenades if you got them. You might be able to catch a second player down, and at that point, you have an opportunity to push.
And something that I think RRQ is going to go ahead and do here is more than likely they might not even engage here.
There it is. Other team a little bit too late, though.
It might hurt the confidence there. Usually that's what happens. When you see a team starting to rush and somebody gets knocked, they think about it twice. They say, I don't know. Maybe not right now.
If he had followed up with that grenade just a little bit sooner, that would have been real trouble there for RRQ.
Definitely. They do have the car in the back, so they could pretty much move out at any moment here. And they do have the bombing zone very close by. It seems like they're still going to go ahead and engage. They are throwing smokes all over the place just to throw Team Terror from India a little bit off.
They drive the vehicle inside, trying to keep people out of harm's way from the red zone. Kind of a standoff here, and there it is. Look at that VSS. Woo! Getting the knock there on D2E. D2E goes down. Amit is, well, he's got 1 HP.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and bandage up. He probably noticed that one of his shoulders was sticking out, so he's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just move a little bit there to the left.
That VSS from mid-range is just absolutely lethal as well. You're dead before you know that you're getting shot.
Yeah, VSS actually... We saw it a lot there towards the end with Gainstar's Bilbo, which is currently not here, but he was one of the players that was using it a lot, and then Angry from Gainstar started using it as well, the VSS in the NA Finals. More than likely, we'll go ahead and continue seeing it here as first time we actually see it on this tournament so far. Keep in mind, it is game number 2 in day 1.
Terrifying weapon indeed. We turn our attention to other parts of the map for a brief moment before we come back here to RRQ Athena in the warehouse.
Ooh, somebody got knocked out there through an explosion.
That's one of the CPT guys getting hit through maybe the red zone.
Yep, and Wildcard. Wildcard now in that car trying to get out of here. Who's
South
that?
George Crates is their preferred drop spot, so they did go after it. They did loot it up successfully, and as you can see, rocking level 3 vest coming out of the South George Crates. Looking like a successful looting run.
And that zone still pretty much staying there towards the middle. So whoever landed Pachinki, Team Terror is currently on a great spot. They don't really have to push anything unless RRQ decides to go ahead and push them. That's the only time they're going to go ahead and see engagement. And talking about it, Amit once again knocks down somebody with that VSS.
Great shots from Amit over from Team Terror. Nice job to him. We've also got Team Big Russian Bot and BTR getting ready to square off here. Again, Luxy and company down to Zuxi. They have missing one of their players. He got knocked out of the buggy on the top of that mountain by GT Doyi. And here we go. We're gonna stare at each other from the compounds here as the zone closes in. One thing I saw on the map as we kind of saw that picture just a moment ago was Evos had already left Yasnaya and left Cloud9 behind. Cloud9's currently rotating in, but Evos had left way before them and established position early. So that's one tactic we need to keep an eye on moving forward.
Something you definitely see a lot there from the teams. And I see Full Send, Fandy going down there. But right now we're focusing on RRQ and the Terror team. As they're going to go ahead and see their car, more than likely they're going to go ahead and just try to blow out the tires, or if not, blow out the car. Interesting plays there by the Terror as they decided not to go ahead and engage. And look at this, RRQ playing super smart, getting a lot of different angles as G9 has now go ahead and move a little bit more towards Pachinki. But somebody from RRQ does get taken out there with the DP28. And that angle is going to be amazing if he's able to go ahead and get this knock.
And here we go, C9 rolling up on the scene with BRT. They receive a lot of shots, and they decide to keep on moving.
They're just driving by, trying to see what they can hear. Ooh, okay, all right, getting fancy there. Calm down.
Yeah, Kodo, that's not going to land more often than not. Just a friendly tip. We also have Illuminate getting a knock there on CPT.
A lot of shots, Cloud9 just trying to figure out where the heck are they going to go. And see, ooh, they're going to actually go ahead and engage here. LHW.
Boy. This is trouble. LH is going to tear them up.
Illuminate, they're currently between two great teams. More than likely, they're just going to go and continue. And here we go. LHW starts
and there it is. LHW taking down Carnage. Another member of Cloud9 down early.
Cloud9 getting too cocky there, going between LHW and Illuminate, and it hurts them. It hurts them big time.
Driving by some of these compounds that are occupied, you don't quite get the free pass that you got in earlier tournament rounds. These guys are legit. You don't just get a drive-by for free without losing somebody out of the vehicle.
Yep, and they're definitely not used to playing this team, so more than likely they're still adjusting to everything. They're seeing those shots. I'm just amazed by the accuracy on this with these players.
I mean, you gotta love that full auto 6 times from range on a moving target and still able to secure the kill.
Poor Carnage. Do me a favor, spam me some rips in the chat for Carnage, as now Cloud9 is starting to go ahead and move. They pretty much decided, you know what, let's go ahead and not use the vehicles anymore. It didn't work out for us, so let's just go ahead and start working our way around through the bushes.
Look at this. I mean, this is really interesting. The zone is very large still as far as the play zone. There's nobody in the play zone right now or anywhere near it. They're all in the safety zone. So this is really interesting. And then we also have
a shark.
A little bit of an adventure here from Sam.
We definitely have a shark there by Sam. I don't know how he landed there, but GameStars is going to go ahead and run here into Team Japan. Are they going to go ahead and continue going? Here comes the shots. They decide to just go ahead and continue going as Team Japan is starting to rain down the shots on GameStars.
Oh,
their car is smoking. They have to watch how that car could get blown
Look
up.
at this. Oh, and they're driving right into Torty. This is trouble. Big Russian Bot's not going to let them get away.
GameStars just pulls up behind. They're going to go ahead and try to go inside a building. There you go. Somebody gets knocked down.
Pyra
gets knocked down.
Oh, this is trouble. Everfury gets knocked.
Oh my goodness. Bad placing there by GameStars. Now they're going to go ahead and start getting finished.
Oh, this is trouble for GameStars. They had absolutely no chance rolling up on these guys with no health left on their cars. Sute trying to come in for the rescue. Hits the compound aggressively. He's going to immediately hop in. He's going to try to save the day once again for his squad. He knows they're here. The car starts inside, and he's got help arriving. Angry rolls up and gets knocked immediately. Luxy takes him down.
Bad luck there by GameStars. A lot of their teammates got knocked down, and it seemed like pretty much support came in too late. Little too late. And now Sute trying to knock people down. Sute gets taken out. Ladies and gentlemen, GameStars gets taken out.
GameStars, the first team eliminated here in round number 2. That's not the performance they were hoping for. Definitely missing some of the positioning that Beowulf offered.
Definitely. Wow, that DP28 there came in handy, as we do have GG.
This is something that you never saw from GameStars prior to this tournament, was getting caught in rotation. Never happened before, and this is something that they're going to have to get used to, I think, this tournament.
And I wonder if it comes down to just maybe Beowulf not being there, or what happened, or maybe just bad luck. You know, sometimes it does happen in this type of games, but that is definitely, we never seen them getting eliminated that early.
Look at these guys hiding in the bushes. We got GG Gamers out here getting ready to take on Arab Madness, and these guys both from the Middle East. This is a battle for supremacy here. Saudi Arabia versus Kuwait.
That new zone there, pretty much just going southeast.
Southeast. This is a brutal one.
And Sam is still in the water. He's pretty much having to work his way all the way around. He might even have to go all the way towards the bridge.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about this zone is a third of it is in the water and not playable. So this is actually quite a small zone for 68 players left alive. 19 teams still left. The other part of their team stayed behind. So this is really interesting here. You see them drive over the Gatka ditches without any concern, just hitting that boost button, they're good to go. Now we see Wildcard coming in. Oh, no! Wildcard gets destroyed. Hot Jukes and Seagut cannot buy a break. But again, you do not drive by LH Doyu. They did not know they were there, but LH Doyu just absolutely destroying people left and right as they drive by their compound.
We saw it early there with Cloud9, and look at this. Illuminate is right next to Team Japan. He is waiting patiently, and
SX getting knocked.
He's got to watch out. Evo is currently getting knocked. Outsider gets knocked as well from LHW. Gotta be careful there. Now there's just one player left. Lucifer is left.
He's got nowhere to go. This is going to be unfortunate. Outsider gets finished by Doyu. It looks like Evo's going down real early. BTR is taking it to him.
And Nanatu just pretty much waiting patiently. He notices Lucifer is over there.
Japan sees him and he's trying to take him down. Is he going to shoot?
I don't think he's going to try to shoot.
He lost him. I don't know what he was doing there.
Oh, he heard those shots.
Oh, look at the finish there. X getting taken out.
Illuminate hearing those shots pass by, and actually somebody get exploded pretty much. Oh, this is smart plays there by him. They're just blowing up those towers. They're saying, if you're going to jump out there, you are going to go ahead and get stuck there. You're not going anywhere, sir.
Oh, this is trouble for Evos. They are down to one player. They've gotten them back up. It looks like they're sitting with 2 right now. But again, there's still 18 teams on the board. They do not want to follow up a first place going out early like this.
And look at this. BRK now getting into some action, ladies and gentlemen, against the Terror team from India. The Terror team from India currently in a great spot as they do have the height advantage.
Down as well. Look at that. The Arab Madness team takes out C9 Sam. Sam has been eliminated from the game.
And Sam was swimming there for a very long time. Interesting place here by Terror as they decided not to go ahead and push, even though they had 2 players and somebody from BRK was down. You might go ahead and cost him here. You want to go ahead and push. There you go. He's able to go ahead and take one out a mid with the great shots with the UMP. Is he going to go ahead and try to push here, ladies and gentlemen? He's waiting patiently. He actually needs to go ahead and heal up himself. And Baraka's going to go ahead and throw a grenade right behind them.
Wow, just a little bit short there. Wonderful attempt there from Baraka. Didn't quite get the finish. But Sakria getting the hit on Caviera over on the other side. So now Baraka and his squad are really in trouble. It's going to come down to him trying to get up Zod.
Once again, interesting decisions here by Team Terror as they decide not to push right away when somebody is down. They're actually moving away from the action.
Terror has a habit of, really kind of securing an advantageous position and then retreating. They're not an aggressive team at all. They're concerned more with staying alive rather than trying to finish off their opponents.
And I wonder if that's going to hurt them because now we have seen if they actually are on the aggressive, it works for them. So I wonder if they're going to go ahead and start noticing that and just start playing a little bit more aggressive there for the team from India. And look at this. Oh, that shot there by Hero. Ooh, my goodness.
Doc, one of the only players in the tournament that prefers a bolt-action sniper rifle. He likes the M24 and the AWM. Other than that, every other player here prefers an assault rifle or a DMR.
And Team Terror here just pretty much getting mowed down.
CPT
as they're trying to get out of that zone, and there was just a bad spot. Now we know why they were running. They were outside this zone, and that more than likely, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to go ahead and be there by Team Terror.
It's down, and Team Terror goes out. Unfortunate. CPT, the lovable penguins from China, they do get the victory there on Team Terror, and unfortunately for Team Terror, they're going to have to try to do better next game. But CPT will move on. It looks like Korea winner Chicken Dinner is getting into the action, taking out one of the Doyu players. But Doyu says, nah, we're going to come right back. And, oh, wow.
And check out Baraka right here, right next to him. He accidentally shoots to give his position away. Baraka just, for some reason, accidentally shoots and just gives his position away, which pretty much got him
instantly
killed.
punished.
My gosh, you got to watch out for that. He could have been able to go ahead and take out another player there, or maybe a full squad if possible. But just that one little shot was a warning shot, and it was downhill from there.
There's an interesting fight brewing on another part of the map. I'm really hoping we can take a look at it. The two Doyu squads are going at it right now. We've got Zod K trying to make his way to the zone. He's getting low on health.
He's going to be able to make it. BRK still has 2 players alive. More than likely, this man is going to try to heal up and then work his way around. And look at this, LHW against KWCD. How is this going to go ahead and work out? As somebody from KWCD pretty much just
look at that
knocked down.
Jiminy Christmas. Ace just absolutely slaying here. Look at them using the cliffs to their advantage. Now, if he jumps off there, he might have a hard time getting back up. So that could be a play that saves him for now, but perhaps later on he's going to be in trouble if that zone does shift.
And he decided to jump up there to pick up his teammate. So I wonder if that's going to be a good decision or if it would have been better just to sacrifice him. But from what I'm seeing here, they don't want to go ahead and sacrifice anybody in Hero here, just trying to pick up his teammate. More than likely, he's going to be able to, as he does have another team here currently pulling up. Illuminate just passes by him briefly.
Wow, we got a lot of teams using smokes right now to cover them. We've got Kodo in the background driving by from Cloud9. Everybody trying to make their way and grab a spot in the circle. Once again, very open territory and the only buildings left in it, well, once again, occupied by GT Doyu.
GT Doyu and LH Doyu there with the great showing in game 1. Look at this, RRQ now is starting to push the action a little bit more, but Torte is just waiting patiently. He does have an AKM and an extended mag, so that right there alone, it is full of bullets that are can be quite deadly for even a full squad.
GT Doyu just knocked out Kato with the grenade, and that's going to do it for Cloud9. So unfortunate, another disappointing finish for them. It looks like Rolex is knocked out here as well. So C9 goes out 15th this time.
15. Kodo and Rolex there gets taken out, and LH Doyu with the Car 98 shot. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because the zone is starting to close in, and this action is about to get started.
Korea winner Chicken Dinner is over on that side trying to get in. LHDU holding them off, but now we shift our focus to the big Russian bot team taking on Arab Madness here with RRQ Athena off on the sideline. Just spectating a little bit, seeing what they can pick off here. It's a 3-way standoff here at the compound above farm.
Definitely, and it seems like RRQ Athena there and his team is just waiting patiently. They want to go ahead and see more people get knocked down, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They do have to watch out, though, because they're currently not inside the safe zone, and the safe zone is starting to move. And look at Lucifer right here. Oh, my goodness. This could not be any worse for Wildcard and Lucifer right there. As he's out in the middle of the open, he does have those smoke grenades. He could use them to his advantage and start backing up. Torte pretty much using the M4, trying to figure out where Team 13 currently just waiting patiently. When are they going to go ahead and start to push big Russian bots?
You got Wildcard Lucifer hanging out in the sticks, just trying to buy himself a little time, trying to get up that leaderboard for the placement points. You know you're not going to be able to kill a whole lot with just one player, so he's trying to do his best he can to get that Wildcard team from North America up the leaderboard. And as we can see here, Galaxy from Samsung still in it, and they're still rocking 4 members.
And Lucifer gets spotted there. They're not able to take the shot.
RRQ has to watch out. God! Look at that.
RRQ gets absolutely blown up there, and Lucifer also gets taken out as Galaxy decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and push the action there. And look at this, LHW has to watch out for this because there's a lot of people currently near that water edge.
A crazy zone. Look at this position right now. You got people up the cliff, down the cliff, around the cliff, on top. They have no idea where each other are, but they're rotating around. They're going to meet up here in any moment.
And Illuminate being able to go ahead and take out Galaxy on the kill fit. BTR also taking somebody out there from LHW. Is he going to be able to pick him up? He might not be able to. He wants to go ahead and sacrifice his teammate. He knows the zone is coming. Interesting place here, Biomatch. LHW does have the high ground. Are they going to be able to go ahead and finish off their BTR?
LHW in a great position here. They do have a slight berm just off to their side that's protecting them from the main part of the map. But they are trying to hold court on top here and take these people out that are down on the bottom. Evo's taking a look at Illuminate, swimming around in the water, and he knows he's got people at his back.
LHW getting spotted there by Evo. Somebody, I believe Evo was able to go ahead and take out somebody there from LHW. LHW gets taken out there by Evo's Bull Shark.
And that's going to do it for LHW. They are down. Evo's taking him down. Evo's will move on from this engagement, and now they're on top of yet another team. But do they know they're there? Do they think it was just LHW? There's multiple squads in this cliff.
They pretty much have to go ahead and wait for any type of sound to happen. You do not want to do what a teammate did earlier. Oh,
he didn't know he was there. He didn't know he was there. BTR able to take the element of surprise. And look at that. Following up with a Molotov. If that lands, that player is gone. Bull Shark, is he on fire? It doesn't look like he connected with it, and JZ is going to come over to try to save him.
And look at this little sneaky play. He's able to go ahead and get all the way up there. He finds Evo's in the spot.
Great play there from BTR. Luxy avenging his brother, and he is able to secure the kills there and make sure that they survive the Evo's encounter.
And I tell you what, that is the first time that I've ever seen somebody scale that little mountain.
Same here.
There.
I did not know you could go up in that particular spot and learn something new every day. Illuminate still looking strong right now. We've also got Hero still in it. Hero improving their 19th spot position from last game. They're looking really good now in the top 6.
But look at this. They're once again, they're in the car. Luckily for them, nobody's shooting at them yet, but they have to watch out. You don't want to be in the car for too long. Did they learn from their mistakes earlier when they got blown up? And they actually roll up on 2 different teams here. Illuminate is just laying down here. Illuminate not even taking some shots. He's just waiting patiently.
Smart play, honestly. Look at the zone up on the mini-map. This is in the middle of nowhere. There's no cover. All open field. Hiding in bushes is what you're seeing happen right now. Kinris getting knocked by the zone potentially here. He's got to hurry. We've got Hero in a really, really jeopardizing position. They just drove over here. Unfortunately, they lost position, or they lost track of the zone and immediately had to backtrack, and they're finding themselves in trouble. Kinris does make it out, though.
And a player there from Illuminate just waiting patiently, trying to see if he can find some more heals. Healing up. He's trying to go for that spot. More than likely, he's going to be able to go ahead and finish some people off. Throwing those smoke grenades. Huge awareness there by him.
Wow, look at this play right now.
Gosh.
He heals up. Did he get that off? It looks like he's smoking his way in, but unfortunately gets caught from the flank. Echo Jens is able to take him down. Illuminate. I don't know if he's going to get this off.
Oh, no.
He goes down to the zone, and we're down to the top 2 teams now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to go ahead and be GTW. Are they going to be able to get
4
their
players
first win?
Holding the only compound. Again, their position has been so strong both games so far this tournament. Again, commanding the ultimate last building and last compound in each of the zones. And they're going to try to get the win this time instead of falling short in second place.
And look at this. They're getting the cars nearby. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and use them. They're using them as a barrier. That is so smart there by GTW.
Snaking in here, CPT from China. Both of the teams in the final 2 Chinese teams. So again, the vaunted Chinese really bringing the play to back up their reputation.
They definitely have. We saw it firsthand there on that game 1, and we're seeing it again here on game number 2. As GTW is looking truly on a great spot. They're both currently inside the zone, and they're trying to figure out where everybody is at. There's no smokes on the ground, so that's not going to go ahead and give him much information either.
I think both teams are going to be content to wait here and see what the next zone does. Both have, they're holding right now. They're all out of sight of the enemy. No shots being fired.
Are snaking their way over there. The smokes, though, the smokes are just wonderful here. That cloud is amazing. Look at this. The whole area. I believe he was able to go ahead and see him there.
I love the fact that they brought up the car. I mean, that's just brilliant play. Look at this. He's going to go back and get the other one. They're going to have cover. They're going to have cover. They're going to be in the middle of this field. The smokes are going to subside, and they're going to be hiding behind cars. I mean, this is absolutely genius. Do they park it together, or will they get an angle here? They're going to shoot the angle.
Push it forward. Wow, GTW with 200 IQ there as they start moving the cars, and look at this. You don't even know where anybody's gonna come from with so many smokes on the ground right now.
Impressive play here from GTW. They're going to be grabbing angles on this team here. CPT hiding behind the tree, but it's all about who gets the first knock here. ACAN in trouble from GTW.
No knocks there yet as ACAN is very low. He does get taken out there by CPT. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. They're now starting to engage. And look at that flank there by somebody from GTW. Is he going to be able to go ahead and find them? CPT is able to go ahead and knock somebody down there as well.
Really unfortunate there. Ed goes down, but we do have a flank in the works right now. GT6 God here going at it, and he's able to get a kill, but it's all going to come down to him.
GTW,
oh my
again,
gosh. Second place finish. CPT wrapping up the top spot there with Illuminate coming in third place. Look at the kills from CPT. Are you kidding me? We are talking 22 kills for our top place finisher here. CPT is going to be shooting up the rankings to join their Chinese counterparts.
CPT definitely showing that they got what it takes. And GTW, once again, more than likely, we're going to be talking about this later on. Second place.
Hey, like I said, second place, if you can do that each and every game, you're going to be sitting real good at the end of this tournament. They got to feel good about that performance.
They definitely do, but more than likely, I'm going to go ahead and see. More than likely, now that they finished second place back-to-back, we're going to go ahead and see them change maybe just some tiny little things there towards the end and try to go for that first place. Because once you're that close, you definitely want to go ahead and finish first place.
Again, they got caught by the zone. Very last circle. They waited. The zone did not go their way, and they had to leave the safety of their compound that they established so early on in the game. They had to leave it. They had to approach a squad that already had position and didn't have to give up their position by moving. And unfortunately, it didn't pay off for them, even though they had the 200, maybe even 300 IQ plays to move out the vehicles inside the smoke and hide behind them.
Guys, China showing up big, and it's time and time again. CPT taking the win there with those 22 kills as well, racking up huge points. GTW second place once again, and you can really see that their game plans are well thought out, be it in compounds when they're spreading themselves across multiple buildings so that they've got coverage in the early game, towards the late game when they're creating their own kind of forts.
Really, really impressive stuff from GTW. Early rotations, establishing position, holding that position against many people that are driving by. The CPT team, again, finishing first place with an insane amount of kills this game. And again, very impressive, although going now a slight bit early this time, was LH Doyu. Able to take out anybody that drove past, was getting absolutely wrecked by that Chinese team. Those three teams, once again, stood out to me as the three really dangerous teams here in this tournament.
And not only that, they're also getting the kills. They're not just getting the placing, they are also getting the kills. Teams from China are just showing up that they can play, baby.
Yeah, it's crazy because in a lot of esports and here as well, for the most part, China is its own kind of microcosm that you don't really get to see too much of, and they kind of just play their own game and don't really get too influenced by the metas. And you can see that right now their meta looks very, very strong. Let's take a look at the highlights from game number 2, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
You can see them use that S-Pen there from the Galaxy Note 9, planning out their strategy there in Pachinki. Man, good stuff. You can see all the players up on the board. Again, BRK choosing to drop Watertown early on, forcing out Terra to move out. And this is where it all started for BTR, losing Zuxi early on.
And the Terror team there, taking somebody out there. As you mentioned, they should have thrown another grenade there and be a little bit more aggressive. We have seen them do great stuff when they're aggressive, and once they get passive, they just pretty much get taken out. But RRQ with a great movement there, as we see Team Fandy there just saying, oh no, baby, we got knocked.
Look at the aim and the recoil control here from Ace, taking out Carnage from distance here. Zute tried to be the hero. He really had no other choice, but unfortunately unable to save his squad. And the compound that he went adjacent to where the fight was, well, it was occupied by another squad.
Yeah, and Game starts there. Pretty much just running up on a lot of squads. And then Wild Garcia, and I believe it was Hot Jukes, getting caught in the car. And once again,
look at all these explosions.
In the car.
I mean, this has been consistent each and every game so far. These cars driving by, there is no mercy. You drive by a compound, you drive by a squad, they have quick reactions, great aim, and they're just taking cars out left and right, so you gotta be careful.
And CPT just pretty much pushing forward there. He knew that there was only one person left, and he was able to finish that team for the win.
Great performance from all of the teams, especially those Chinese teams finishing at the top of the rankings. Really good stuff.
It's rare we get to see West meet East when it comes to PUBG Mobile so far, but in these first 2 games of the tournament, East has won out quite significantly against our Western teams.
Not only have they placed better, but the kills have been far superior. We'll take a look at that right now. Team kills ranking from this second round, as we mentioned, 24 kills. This is cumulative, it looks like. So CPT up to 24 kills, topping LH Doyu with 24. GT Doyu with 24. Do you guys notice a trend here?
I think I've seen a trend.
Yeah, that's a lot of kills in all 3 of those teams from China.
And that's only 2 games played. I can't believe it. After seeing how that has gone down, big Russian bot as well trying to catch on up here and with that 4th place position when it comes to those kill points. But overall, China is showing massive results.
That's just insane. All 3 of those teams just really hammering people every time they get near. A big shout out to Big Russian Bot as well. We haven't seen a ton of action from them, but obviously they're putting kills on the board and they're finishing consistently high. And again, the player kills ranking going to be reflecting the team kill rankings. I mean, it's all Chinese players up there.
GT Akan with 13 kills, LHW Ace with 9, LHW LCD with 9 kills, and CPT and so on forward. So you can see him definitely racking up those personal kills. More than likely, now he's going to get to the point where they're saying, you know what, I got more kills than you.
Bro, DGR from Russia there on the top of the board, or not on the top, but on the board with 5 kills. And same thing with Bull Shark from Thailand, also with 5 kills. Those 2 players, the only ones outside of Chinese players that are making that top kill list.
And here we got a matchup between CPT762 and GT Akan. He was able to go ahead and get 8 kills in his squad, 22 as we just saw, ladies and gentlemen, and GT Akan getting 5 kills. Overall, he got 5 kills out of the 8 kills for his team. That's a pretty good carry.
He had a great carry going on there, pushing that final circle. Unfortunately, it was a battle between him and one of the CPT players, and he did not come out on top there. Ended up with low HP. He did get the CPT player pretty low, but unfortunately didn't work out for him.
And here are the round 2 standings. As you can see, CPT take the top spot there with a huge amount of points. 830 coming in from them from that first place spot. GT Doyu, once again, a second after second place means that they're racking up the points overall, but CPT might have just have trumped that first spot quite easily.
Crazy. Almost double the points, of the second place team. We're not talking teams down the leaderboard. They put a huge dent in what they're trying to do here at the Global Finals. Take a look at the bottom half of the standings here. Wildcard, Cloud9, Gangstars, all of them wanting to prove a little bit more from North America. We also seen Team Japan trying to climb their way up the leaderboard as well. Again, those guys all looking for some kills.
And overall, Seven, what are your estimations, really? Because North America came in as kind of one of the flagship kind of regions, obviously, but not the easiest time for them at all.
Definitely.
But you think they still have more potential than that?
Oh, definitely. Just a huge disappointing start. It happens sometimes, but we do have 3 days and a lot of games to play.
It's
so
still
more than likely,
very early.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and just try to, if anything, if they do bad in this first day, they can always go back to their hotels and, you know what, just address certain issues and just come back the second day and the third day. As we saw Wildcard actually on the ANA Finals, we didn't see them do that good there on day 1. And on day 2, they pretty much just push everything, got a lot of kills.
Right up the rankings.
As long as you get the kills and the wins, even at this stage, you can definitely get up there quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's time now to head over to the stage as Valdez is ready once again with our winning team of round number 2.
Thank you, Calaris, as always. And we are here with CPT762 after he did win that matchup with this team. So we're going to interview him and ask him a couple of questions. So the first question I have for him is, 2 Thai teams, 1 in a row, but now finally a Chinese team has come in and broken the streak. So how does it feel to win for China and for your team?
我们都是泰国队赢了，现在身为那个中国队，知道自己有什么感受吗？
身为中国队的第一击的话，感觉还是心情蛮不错的。
As a member of the Chinese team, we feel pretty good at heart.
Okay, that's good to hear. And second question I have is, all of the Chinese teams here so far tonight are getting so many kills, but CPT is also included in that, getting 22 kills in the last round. It's unbelievable. So I was just wondering, what is your guys' secret for getting so many kills every round?
击败了这么多人，有什么秘密吗？
没什么秘密吧，可能就是运气好了一点。
There really isn't any secret. It's just that they're good at playing.
Okay, well, I guess that's all you need to be. You just need to be good and you'll get a bunch of kills. So thank you for that. Give a round of applause for 762 and CPT for getting that win here tonight. And you guys can go down off the stage, as we will have another event for you guys. As you may have guessed here, we're going to be giving out some more giveaways, some more gift cards. This time I don't have them in my hand, but we will be showing them up on the screen one by one. So make sure you take out your tickets. It's kind of like a raffle. If it matches with your ticket, then we can, just go over to the side, show your ticket to the staff, and you can receive a gift card as well. So let's start showing the tickets up on the screen. How about ticket number 1? Look at those tickets up on screen. Eventually, there we go. Okay, first ticket, 1452. If that's you, go find a staff member and collect your prize. And how about we reveal ticket number 2? (0476). If that's you, likewise, go over to the side and show a staff member and pick up that gift card. And on to ticket number 3. There we go, 0082. If you're number 82 in the audience, go collect that gift card as well. Now let's reveal ticket number 4. 469. Go ahead and pick up that gift card if that is you. Let's reveal ticket number 5. 1673. 1673. Likewise, if that's you, go pick up your gift card and feel happy about your day. Let's reveal ticket number 6. 633. 633. That's you guys. Go pick up your gift card. Now ticket number 7. 1292. 1292. Go ahead and pick up your gift card. Lucky winner. On to ticket number 3, or 8. 1078. 1078. That is ticket number 8. If that's you, also pick up your lucky gift card. On to ticket number 9. Just 2 tickets remaining. 970. 970. Go ahead and grab your lucky win. And for our final ticket, ticket number 10, who's it gonna be? 1686. If that's you, as I've been saying, go pick up your gift card and feel lucky about your day. So, hope you guys enjoyed that event. Don't go anywhere though, because we are going to have another fantastic event where one lucky winner is going to get a pretty huge prize. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but just definitely stay tuned. After the next match, we'll be giving that one away. But until then, we're going to have another little break, so stay tuned until then. We'll see you then.
PUBG! Brothers, my brothers here.
Here we go. Where are my other people at?
Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world. So this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in game together. So being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手机，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the campus championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here, and we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠습니다.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile.
PUBG Mobile.
Thailand number one.
ก็รู้สึกตื่นเต้นครับแล้วก็รู้สึกดีที่ได้เป็นตัวแทนประเทศไทย
เป้าหมายก็แค่ที่1ของโลกครับตอนนี้เพราะว่าไม่อยากเป็นที่2กับที่3ครับที่2ที่3โลกไม่จำครับก็เลยต้องเอาแต่ที่1ประมาณนั้นเลยฮะเรามาเพื่อเอาที่1แล้วครับไม่ได้มองที่2ที่3เลย
มีเป้าหมายมาเป็นที่1โลกอยู่แล้ว
PMSC
Fighting!
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
CPT puts a capital W on the scoreboard here as we get done with round number 2, and what a win it was. 22 kills to boot, and really representing China very, very well.
I cannot believe how even the teams are in the rankings right now as far as the total number of kills, the same exact amount for each Chinese team. And again, they're far and away ahead of everyone else. I believe more than double every other team.
Definitely. China just showing up and pretty much just doing some insane plays in their accuracy too. I was just talking to some of the teams and they were telling me that at one point, pretty much 4 of their tires just got blown out and they didn't know how it happened. Insane accuracy for mobile.
Yeah, very, very scary, and a lot of these teams are going to have to step up if they want to compete with our Chinese teams so far. However, we're only 2 games in. Of course, we have 10 more games to go across these next 3 days, which is very, very exciting indeed. But beyond that, something that I wanted to kind of point out from our previous game was all that cliff fighting. It's not often you actually see that go down, but when it does, it gets a bit messy, a bit scrappy, and LH was actually one of the teams that got punished by all of that.
They really did. GT Doyu secured the compound that was available, and then after that, it was like, well, do we really want to crash this with 12 teams left remaining?
Yeah.
Let's go try to find somewhere on the outskirts, maybe on the cliff side, but it seems like a lot of other teams maybe had the same plan, so you had some on the bottom of the cliff, some on the top, some behind this ledge and behind that, and you had Evos out there fighting, you had LH Doyu out there fighting, I believe BRT was out there. It was just a really kind of chaotic, and ultimately some of the teams that were expected to finish quite high, they got knocked out.
Yeah, and even at one point, Haru pretty much just drove into near the cliff, and then Illuminate was just waiting patiently. It was laying down and able to just mow him down. So those cliffs things, they're definitely a little bit dangerous, but we also saw something that we haven't seen before, and is that you can actually go ahead and climb up those cliffs, and I don't think Evo was even expecting that whatsoever, because you saw him just healing his teammate and he wasn't worried about it.
I didn't know that was a thing either, so I learned something new today. Hopefully you guys at home did as well.
All right, and we can learn a little bit more about some more of our teams here that are playing in the tournament. 4 more teams look to crown themselves world champ.
My ID is Hyro Official. It's also my account name in all over the streaming platforms and all over the internet on social.
My name is Chris. ID is Ken Rees. I'm 20 years old, live in Oslo, Norway.
Merhaba, ben Erkan Öznen. Sakarya'da yaşıyorum, 29 yaşındayım. Sezon 1'den beri PUBG Mobile oynuyorum. Avrupa birinciliğinden sonra mesleğimi bırakıp profesyonel yayıncılığa başladım. Aynı zamanda profesyonel oyuncuyum.
Merhabalar, ismim Oğuzhan, 19 yaşındayım. Toh'un anlamını olmadığını zannediyordum fakat Almanca'da anlamı varmış.
Everyone calls me Hyro since I was a child, and also I'm using this name as a stage name while I'm singing.
İşi bırakmadan önce özel bir sektörde, özel bir lastik fabrikasında kalite uzmanı olarak görev yapıyordum. Kalite departmanında çalışıyordum. Aslında bu benim için bahane oldu çünkü bir rahatsızlığım var benim. Tip 1 diyabet hastasıyım ben. Şeker hastasıyım. Benim geceleri çalışmam ya da ağır işte çalışmam, yalnız kalabileceğim ortamlarda çalışmam benim için sakıncalı sağlığım açısından.
This is actually has been made from my main sponsor. I asked them to be creative and do something for me, and they just come up with some other ideas. Yeah, that's me. We mostly rush, and we are close range players, mid and close range players with Doh. I am also a translator, live translating everything from English to Turkish to English. And the second mission I got is rushing, close range and mid range. Basically the main gunner and assault.
Sniper diyebilirsin yani. K98 karıştırma.
Yakın mesafe oyuncusuyum, otomatik silahı iyi kullanıyorum. Bu aydaki hedefimiz şampiyon olmak. Also, meeting all the other players is really fun. It's really professional, so it's a great experience being here.
Every player has their own specialty, so the positioning is the most important part, and we try to be positioned regarding our specialties. So, okay guys, most of you I know very closely, and I love you all, you know that, but prepare yourself. We are coming.
Prepare yourself. We are coming.
My name's Katie. I go by Sandy, 26, and I'm from...
Okay, my name is Olivia. My name on Twitch is Ollie Pocket. I'm 29 years old, from Germany.
Pretty grateful to be here. It's like my first time being in something on this large of a scale, so just extremely grateful.
Dubai is beautiful and really interesting. I'm really thankful for the chance to compete in such a tournament.
I just think that it's really cool that there's a group of all girls and we're all from different countries getting together and competing.
I would say like a smart playstyle. Smart playstyle is what I like most. Sometimes you have to be aggressive and sometimes you just have to remain passive. It depends on the situation that you're in.
I'm a bit more a safe player. I don't do anything too aggressive for the most part unless I'm pretty sure of the...
Hot drop Pochinki. Maybe not in a tournament, but in general. Really? Yeah, Pochinki fellas.
I'm pretty laid back. I do rage a little bit and joke around, kind of make jokes a lot.
Yeah, they said they're maybe a bit jealous because, of course, they would like to be here too. A bit jealous, yeah, because of the weather here. I mean, in Germany, it's already snowing. Doesn't want to be here.
I did tell them about it. They were all pretty supportive and wanted me to go because it would be a cool experience to do something like this very often. So everybody was very supportive. I mean, ideally it would be #1, but I guess having fun is like the most important part because that's pretty much what I'm here for.
Don't underestimate our power.
Watch out. Okay, you want me to say it to him?
大家好，我们是浪花战队我身高1.76米。
Hello， 大家好，我是浪花战队的花臂，我的游戏 ID 是 Ace。
大家好，我是来自斗鱼浪花战队的烂子弹 LZD。
大家好，我是斗鱼浪花战队的楚大壮 TPJ。我国内打过很多赛事吧，这是第一次出国打那个比赛。
当然，我们算是国内的一线队伍，大概100多万、200万吧。都有吧，各一半只有第1和第2，就他们3个第1，我是第2名。女粉丝比较多，我也想知道为什么，我也想有个男粉丝，其实就谢谢大家一直这么支持我，然后我来迪拜比赛还这么关注我，就真的谢谢大家，也希望大家继续以后多多支持我。
然后就会有一些团队的粉丝什么的，就很多这些来的原因呢，是因为都很优秀，所以能吸到很多女粉丝、女小姐姐什么的。
你身上有把枪，那看到敌人，那肯定直接冲上去干他。
再找一个载具，然后就是不是资源点找，然后就是整个地图到处找、到处跑、到处2个地图找人上，然后就是钢枪，然后无脑钢，然后钢门的玩具枪呀，或者什么，小时候就挺喜欢的，就很喜欢那些东西。后面接触到最后接触很多游戏我都玩过，然后可能就是因为枪战类型的游戏更适合、更上手。
不想碰到是真的，但是从来没有怕过他们。其实我们那时候就怎么说呢，圈的运气不太好，不然我们是把都能吃鸡的。说的好像我们会怕他们一样，就看法就是说，既然他们会说出，但是我们是看都没有看过他们。觉悟当然有，就是这个冠军我拿定了，你们只是我去冠军路上的垫脚石。
浪花虽微，无坚不摧。
我叫张可以，然后我在我们队的 ID 是秋熙，然后我来自中国国内的一家电子竞技俱乐部服役。
我是 GT 战队的阿灿，叫黄灿，来自中国。我的 ID 是 EDD， 然后我是一个现在是大4的学生，然后兼职是主播。
我的 ID 叫六神，然后我也是在斗鱼做一个主播。
之前没有，之前都是像这样国际性的赛事还是第一次参加。
100多万。
就给我画了那个出征的照片。
我粉丝数量60万，比例的话，男生应该是60%吧，因为我有女朋友。我觉得我们团队的配合是非常好的，因为你毕竟磨合了很久了，我觉得非常不错。
阿灿吧，因为他不容易出事，发挥比较稳定，然后也是比较听话。
定神，他是一个人落后的，打了最久。
定神，理由就是他俩人都选完了，然后我俩不选，太尴尬了。
我就信任着队员 BT 啊，因为其他2个人都双选了对方嘛。
我们在之前的比赛中遇到过很多强队，然后每一个强队对于我们来说就是一座大山，我们翻过很多座山，然后你不会是我们翻过的第一座山，也不会是最后一个。
你能打死我的人，但是你打不死我的灵魂。
有我们在，冠军你们别想了。
GT 出征 ，Fighting！
Towards the end there, hearing from our two DouYu teams who have shown in our first 2 games that they are a force to be reckoned with here at the PUBG Mobile Global Finals for Star Challenge, of course. And overall, coming into our 3rd game, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on them once again. Joining me on the desk, as always, I have Powerbank and I have 7 Worlds Gaming. Gentlemen, I think it is fair to say that a lot of eyes are on them when it comes to not only even the next rounds, but I would say the tournament as a whole right now.
Really impressive showing so far for them, and I think people are going to continue to look to them to see if they're going to continue the dominance that they've set forth so far. I don't see any reason why not. If it were me, I'd continue to do exactly as they have, rotating early, establishing positions, and absolutely slaying anybody that comes by.
I'm expecting a lot of teams just pretty much going back to the hotel after today and just doing a lot of homework on their movement and just seeing what they're doing different from them and how they can go ahead and improve for the next couple of days.
Yeah, Team Hero here getting 4th place in the previous round, doing well for themselves. And also, we checked in with Full Send as well in the previous interviews just to hear from them. And very excited to be here to be able to play out some of these games. And now actually got some high-profile kills off the back of some of the fights that they've had against Hot Jukes, for example, going up against Wildcard.
Indeed, exclusive hanging at the top of the house, surprising Hot Jukes, taking him out, getting that quick finish on him. So really good stuff from Full Send so far this tournament. Unfortunately, Fanny went down a little bit early this last game. They're going to try to stick it out a little bit longer here in Game 3.
Yeah, more than likely they're going to go ahead and just try to play it safe and then go pretty much for the placing as well. But as we have seen, they can't get the kills if they actually, if it happens.
Right.
All right, and of course here, just checking out our DouYu teams towards the end, and it goes without repeating. Basically, so many kills have gone their way early, and we have seen that aggressive tendency work well, pay dividends for these Chinese teams. There is no reason to change their strategy. The only reason they may want to do that is if they get a catastrophic drop for some reason, but they're doing well for themselves regardless.
It's early. It's still time to establish position and climb their way up the ranks. I think that's what you'll continue to see. One thing that we've seen from the Chinese teams is they haven't been out of control aggressive. They haven't been crashing occupied compounds or anything like that. They've been establishing their own position, but they also are not shy to start those gunfights. If somebody comes by, they're going to be laying down the lead in mass.
Yeah, and they're not even missing a shot. Every single time a car goes by, it's guaranteed pretty much that somebody is going to go ahead and go down.
I mean, Cloud9 actually tried to rotate past one of the compounds where one of the DouYu teams actually were held up in. One member in each of the buildings, in all the 4 buildings. They had great coverage of that early game, and it really showed that they were able to just... They only took one Cloud9 member down, but they could have taken more.
Carnage went down, but they were lucky to get away with only 1 member going down. And another thing that I've noticed with a lot of these teams, very quick to finish off their knocks. They don't want these people to escape. They don't want them to be picked up by their teammates. So even though the team's coming to their rescue quickly, throwing smokes and whatnot, it's just not fast enough. They're getting knocked and finished almost immediately, almost every single team out here.
And that is something I like seeing. I like seeing those knocks, and if they are able to just finish them off right away, there's no point in leaving them there and trying to see if they maybe go ahead and bait them with the other players. Just get it over with.
Smart for that
get those points and then move on to the next target.
An interesting notion that I've just thought about is the fact that all of this is TPP, and we're seeing these aggressive teams win out in TPP. Normally, that kind of favors a bit more of a defensive posture, so it's an interesting notion to think about when it comes to the results before.
As the tournament continues to move on, I'm really curious to see, especially tomorrow in FPP mode, if the Asian teams continue to dominate, or if, as it's not their preferred, playing style, maybe we do better.
Well, it's time to get into game number 3 now. Thank you very much, gentlemen, as I pass it over to you once again. Game number 3. There's only 2 more games today for day number 1.
And again, here comes that plane, bringing it out into the arena. We're going to be dropping a package here to start off round number 3 of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
And look at that Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
Yeah.
My goodness. The silence actually on it is pretty awesome. As we saw there earlier, they were able to pretty much throw out where they were trying to land. And look at this plane path right here. It is just pretty much going to be straight through the north of the map.
Is this even going over the main part of the island?
Oh my
Very
goodness.
briefly there on the right side of the map, but oh my gosh, you got a lot of teams jockeying for position down south. You can see LH Doyu going again probably to Novo, and this time they may have some company here as a lot of clans are doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, and more than likely, we're going to see a lot of people just trying to hop on a car, and then they might try to go to Novo and also military base, or maybe even Primorsk, as we saw Hyro there earlier going to Primorsk. And look at this, Baraka going down, but GT Akan also going down in the exact same spot. We were actually talking about this earlier. What happens if GT gets a bad landing and Akan, the reliable teammate that his team was saying he was, gets in the car and just goes away as soon as possible?
What I really liked about that drop was only one of their players went for the car. They didn't risk their whole team getting into a skirmish there. They sent one guy for the car, left the others out in a field somewhere, presumably, and they're going to go pick them up and head off to safer pasture somewhere where there's better loot. Now it looks like Team BRK is stuck here, and they're going to have to run somewhere a little bit, less advantageous. And again, we know from earlier games that BRK is definitely looking to Watertown to try to loot up.
Yeah, they keep falling here now 3 times in a row, and luckily for them, this zone is currently to their advantage. They are inside the zone, so they are going to get a little bit of time there to go ahead and loot up. But I wonder if this is going to change, right? We have seen them land here 3 times in a row now. If they don't start seeing the results that they expect, are they going to go ahead and start landing in other places? And not just BRK, also other teams. We have seen pretty much Cloud9 land right next to Evos, which at the moment, we're actually seeing Gang Angry get a kill there on one of the Hydra players, and he finishes them off right away as well.
Pyra getting another kill on Hero as well. Kenris goes down to Angry, and Gangstar's wiping him off the map early right now. Hero, man, they finished 19th in Game 1. These are the European champions, and they are getting hit hard here early in Game 3 as we continue to watch Baraka loot up here in Watertown.
Definitely. Luckily there for Gangstar's, as they had a bad showing in the last match, but they're more than likely just trying to, you know what, they're trying to brush that off. And it was just the second game of the tournament after all in Baraka, just trying to check every single little place in this map area and clear it up.
Indeed, Baraka is still looking for the right gear here. We finally switch over to C9 Rolex. Again, looking at, I believe we're over in Milta right now, and they're looking at BTR across the road here. Rolex has got that VSS. Luxy is going to try to keep his brother alive this time. Zuxi going down early last game, but ultimately BTR having a decent game in Game 2. They're going to try to repeat a great performance here in Game 3.
Interesting stuff there by Cloud9, because there is currently only 2 players from Cloud9. It is Carnage and Rolex, so they decided to go ahead and, you know what, let's not land just Nava this time. Let's just go ahead and land in Milta and just fight it out and see what we can do. And so far, it's been working for him, as Rolex was able to go ahead and get a knock. He's not able to get the kill, but at least now they know where they're at.
Both teams definitely know where each other are. Rolex able to smack him with a VSS, and again, smoke's coming out. They're going to get the pickup here, but again, C9, Rolex, and Carnage unable to be aggressive here because it's just them. They're going 2v4 right now, trying to see where their other teammates are on the map. Kodo here, off on the Shelter. They've done a split drop, Shelter and Milta.
Shelter and Milta it is. Now, at this point, Rolex has more than likely had call out. They saw that they were able to go ahead and knock down somebody. Do you think Kodo and Sam are going to go ahead and start rotating towards Milta?
I don't. I think they're going to continue to loot up as they, unless they've already looted the Shelter, which is quite possible because not too much competition typically drops there. But after they loot it up, there's a good chance they'll rotate. Looks like Team Japan here is occupying the school, and again, GT Doyu right outside, stalking their prey, essentially. Again, they split dropped one at the school, and a few and Rozhok again, and it looks like they've done the same here, but Six God just content to hang out with the AK. He's got level 2 everything, so bag, helmet, and armor, and he's content just to watch Team Japan do their thing and call out to his teammates what's going on. And ultimately, you're probably going to see some aggressive play again here from the Chinese team.
Gathering as much intel as they can, but Team Japan actually, it is currently split up. They have 2 at school, and they also have 2 at apartments. And look at this right here.
Arab Madness on the move, on foot, working their way through the field here, going over the little ridges here.
We saw something similar earlier today, actually, with the Terror team from India, and it worked out for them because they didn't get a chance to run into somebody.
Senior from RRQ Athena is in the area. He's on foot as well, moving away from this compound. I wonder if they've seen him, though. He's dangerously close, and again, away from his team. Seen a lot of split drops so far from many teams this game, and we're seeing a little bit of strategy shift and a little bit of trying to take some of the smaller loot locations and loot up individually rather than all as a team, essentially.
Yeah, more than likely, as we're seeing here, teams just starting to rotate early. And look at this. Team Japan, so you know what? Let's go ahead and just get together just in case. They're more than likely going to go ahead and get in this car and just drive away because GT Doyu is very close by, and that's a team you don't want to go ahead and encounter this early into the game. Ooh, are they going to try to go that way? They are.
Oh, no.
This is a bad idea. Ladies and gentlemen, GT got
6 God. Look at that. The nade knock. He gets a knock again, and Japan in trouble. 2 members down so far and also exposed. So this is really, really bad spot for them.
And as we're talking about the finishes, look at that. They are madmen. They are going into the car and just rushing them, knocking people down left and right. GT Doyu.
Brilliant play there from the Chinese team. GT Doyu. I loved that aggressive approach because two members are down. They knew that they might lose a member or so, but they weren't going to be able to finish him off. So it was a risk well paid off there. They get the early squad wipe, and again, 4 kills on the board or another 60 points.
Something that I definitely like seeing, as you mentioned there, if you get 2 teammates down already, you know what? Just go ahead and push. Finish them off. Try to finish off the full-on team. And Team Terror, actually, from India, it's something that it's something that they have not been doing. They knock people out. They're aggressive. And then once they knock people out, they just decide to back up.
Yeah, it's something that's been a little bit curious from them so far. Hopefully we'll see some changes to that tactic moving forward. But again, their goal may be to just survive and try to make it a little bit further. But ultimately, with kills being worth 15 points per, you got to start racking them up if you want that top 3 spots. Because right now, all the money's going to China.
It definitely is. And as we see Sam here on the UAZ, just trying to get away, maybe go ahead and go closer to his team. He has to watch out because BTR is very close by. As we can see, they even hear the car. They know Sam is over there. Sam has to watch out. Earlier, he got caught swimming.
This is really interesting. Sam all by himself, looting up shacks and all kinds of small buildings. He's off by himself. And again, if he gets in line of sight of these guys, they just don't miss. So, I mean, really kind of a risky play here from Cloud9, and I'm kind of curious to see what their strategy is to group up here moving forward and where they're going to go group up at.
The good thing now is that Carnage, Kodo, and Rolex are starting to move a little bit closer, but they do have to watch out because look at this. Now, here comes the engagement, ladies and gentlemen. With the Uzi, the big Russian bot team trying to push the action. They know that the whole squad is over there. Are they going to go ahead and get back into the car?
From Indonesia.
Oh, it is.
Actually, similar clan tags there, but holy cow, we've got C9 rushing out of harm's way here, grabbing a compound, holding up, but Bigatron, again, putting pressure on him. Zuxi and Luxi rocking those Uzis from range. Uzi, in my opinion, one of the most underrated guns in the game. That thing is an absolute laser beam, especially mid to close range.
I have definitely seen you do some work there.
But it looks like BTR, content to just kind of hang out. One of the things about PUBG Mobile that's kind of beautiful is that you don't necessarily know who you're going up against until somebody is knocked or killed. It's kind of a mystery. It's like, what team is this? Are they, super strong? Are they a top team? Are they somebody that we can take advantage of? You don't really know until you kind of feel it out, get that knock, and then you see, oh, okay, this is a fight that we want to take.
And look at this circle right here. The safe zone a little bit towards the southwest, and all these players are just trying to get there.
Look at the Galaxy team up in Stalber, way out there in the zone. They are in cars, though, heading in 2 vehicles, and they will be hitting the zone here in about an hour.
And that is a friendly zone. And look at this. GT Doyu getting the high ground, just looking at the Terror team. Are they going to be able to go ahead and finish them off here? He has them on his side. Says God knows where they're at. They have to go ahead and watch out.
Got Terror down in the compounds. It looks like GT Doyu eyeballing them, and that's something that you don't want, is that team eyeballing you. And it looks like they are aware of their presence. They're stalking once again. They might look for a knock, and if they do get that knock, look for them to come storming down the mountain. You can see right now, watching, observing, gathering intel. They haven't fired a shot yet, but you can see as they expose themselves, you're going to see them get ripped apart here if they do hold out in the open too long.
Interesting plays there by GT Akan, as he pretty much had two players standing there in the middle. More than likely, other players would already shot. They would have taken that one knock, but very, very smart plays here by him as he just decides to wait. He's trying to figure out what they're trying to do.
So he knows that they're split right now. I mean, he's got a shot. He's got, oh my goodness gracious. Look at the patience here. We've got Amit down there doing tricks. He's doing parkour, running through the compound, jumping off the cars, doing a freaking ankle grab. And then you got, GT Doyu up in the woods just watching all this madness.
Just waiting patiently, saying, I could kill you at any moment.
Pretty much. Look at this guy. I love it. He's got people in the house. What I expect to see is somebody peek the window. He's going to get the knock, and then you're going to see a compound storm at that point.
And what's interesting is it was just him looking at that compound. His teammates didn't even care. They were looking just around, watching their backs, watching their sides. That's interesting. Usually when you see stuff like that, all the teams actually go towards that area and try to start getting kills. So they're playing it super smart, and as you said, just very, very patient. And now we got Arab Madness going up against BRK. BRK doing that good movement as they are pretty much on this compound. They're a little bit far away from each other, so I doubt they're going to go ahead and try to engage here unless for some reason somebody stands out in the middle of nowhere, because BRK is very aggressive, so they might not have that patience there that GT Doyu.
Yeah, definitely. Gatka's an interesting spot for a squad fight as well. The compounds are a little bit unique, a little bit far apart, not quite the lob of grenades as you see some other places on the map. But right now we're going to transition over to full send. Looting up here is exclusive, rocking the UMP, still only in level 1 gear. But we are going to also take a look at BTR.
BTR, and look at this map here. A lot of teams still outside this A zone, and Galaxy still all the way pretty much northeast of the map.
They're still looking at about 50 minutes for them to get to the zone.
And I noticed LHW is still in Novo too. That is the only team that is landing Novo at the moment. Nobody's challenging him, so that's a lot. That's actually a lot of good stuff for him. And something that we saw earlier as well is that Cloud9 decided to not go to just Naya, and they decided to go to Milta. Interesting
split
plays
drop
there by
Milta and Shelter, definitely. And you saw kind of a little bit of disjointed early. They did get hit by Luxy and Zuxy's Uzis and made it out. If there was a little bit of a stronger weapon on those guys, maybe an M4, might not have been able to tell the same story.
Yeah, and the Terror team just pretty much
moving
from compound to compound. Look at
it's really early for a vehicle barricade. We're still in like the second circle. Wildcard's got a position on a ridge right now, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but they're just trying to stay alive, and they're really taking precautions so they don't get shot from the flanks.
And right here, BTR just letting LHW pass by. Remember, this has already been looted by Cloud9, so more than likely they're going to go ahead and see that and just try to go ahead and move forward as he starts refueling his car. That way they can just make like bandits, and they're actually doing a lot of different...
Big knock there from X. Evo's taking out CPT Han.
Evo's pretty much the winners of the first round.
That's right. Evo's one of the strongest teams in the tournament, them. And they are super, super confident. And it looks like Hot Juke's getting the knock on Fusi. Oh, no. Siga taking out Caviera.
Lucifer.
BRK in trouble. Baraka goes down. They've got one member left for BRK.
Sook is going to go ahead and push back, and he has to watch out for the terror squad from India. Now Wildcard sees, this is what I love seeing right here. They know that they got players down. They're going to go ahead and try to push.
Blood in the water. They know as soon as they get somebody knocked, Wildcard is notorious for pushing and pushing hard.
A great push there by Lucifer.
There
Lucifer
it is.
being able to go ahead and Wildcard just taking out BRK, ladies and gentlemen. Wildcard being able to go ahead and secure their 4 kills. GG's, but now they have to watch out. You can't stay out for too long as Lucifer gets taken out by the terror squad. Terror squad just getting pretty much taking that to their advantage.
DP from the window of the bar next door. Outsider getting shot as well. He's knocked as well. And look at this third party from RRQ Athena. Mini from across the way. D2E doing absolute work.
RRQ just taking those knocks as they're staying still. They weren't expecting that whatsoever.
Wildcard went from a position of strength and having a little bit of party to getting shot up by 2 squads at the same time right after they just eliminated one.
Yep, and it all was pretty much because Lucifer got a little bit comfortable there looting out in the open, And then the Terror Squad just took full advantage of that. And look at this, RRQ with the aggressiveness. They know they got the players. They're going to go ahead and push. They got 1 knock. They got 2 knocks. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Wildcard. Wildcard gets absolutely destroyed.
RRQ's in trouble, though. Look at this. G2E's got 1 member left. Terror Squad has an opportunity here if they've been watching the kill feed, which looks like they may or may not. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to go and push.
Senior is really low.
He
switches. Oh, that was huge right there. Senior was about to bleed out. He switched person that he was healing up, and he's going to be able to pick him up. That was really, really close to having a bleed out, though.
Interesting stuff there by the Terror Squad. Once again, we see them play passive. They could have gone in and more than likely just fully outnumbered them and destroy them, but they decide, you know what, let's just go ahead and wait it out here. One thing I did like about RRQ, the last player standing, is they shoot pretty much towards their compound to scare them a little bit, and then he actually started healing up his teammates.
Absolutely. You got to fire those shots, get the suppressing fire down, and at least let them, think that you're in a position of strength, even when you may not be. But 3 members down, he's able to get all of his teammates back alive, and here we switch our focus over to Evos, who's taking a great fight right now. It looks like with his big Russian bot.
It is big Russian bot. Evos versus big Russian bot, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Torty has that AKM. His helmet, though, he has to watch out. His helmet's pretty much gone. Evos actually just a lot of teams being super patient. It's insane. I haven't really seen this many teams being so patient. Oh, and right there.
Wow.
Talking about patient.
Once you peek, holy goodness. Evo's looks like your Ernie just absolutely got destroyed there with the mini for the window.
Ooh, that mini. You gotta watch out. You can't stay out for too long. Evos has 1 player down there. It doesn't look like they're gonna go ahead and try to sacrifice him. And another thing to point out, RRQ just knocked somebody down from the Terror Squad.
So they went from 1 person left alive to now all of a sudden they're on the assault again. Terror Squad content just to sit back and get overrun, it looks like, by RRQ. So here we are looking at Torty going up against Evos in the compound here.
Illuminate getting some huge knocks there as well. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Evos with 2 players down. They're more than likely going to go ahead and finish them off.
Evos has the potential of going out early right now. Here comes X for the save, and he gets shot up as well. They are in trouble. 1 player finished off in Bullshark, and Ernie is down. X is limited on HP. We'll see how he can do.
He does have to watch out because Torty, look at that flank by Torty. They haven't even noticed. They're currently just distracted with what's in front of them. Oh, that big grenade there by him. That Kobe, baby. Being able to go ahead and finish them off in Torty. Is Torty going to go ahead and just push the action here, trying to get a different angle, trying to distract them a little bit? That way his teammates can go ahead and just rearrange themselves and see if maybe they can just go ahead and push all together. They know they currently have the advantage.
Yeah, with X in the shack there, they saw him run across to save. They know he's there. Just a matter of getting in position to come in and finish him off.
And here we go. There you go. Evos X gets knocked down by Torty. Now it's up to JC. What is JC gonna go ahead and do?
JC's got to get the heck out of there, man. He's gonna hide. He's gonna hang out. But unfortunately, the Molotov from Torty, well, that's not going to be allowed. It looks like they're going to come for him here. Oh, look at that grenade. That was a beautiful grenade.
Oh, my gosh. Just barely at the door frame. He has to watch out. He's going to start getting pushed here, and he could get pushed by 4 teams, but they also have to be careful because LHW is just lurking by.
Look at the nade. Look at the nade. This is beautiful. They're going to run, jump.
Great plays here by JC.
I like how he split their squad with that.
So surrounded right now. Luckily for him, here comes the shots. Ladies and gentlemen, JC just gets
Evos
2 out.
Nice try. X goes down. JZ goes down. And that is the 17th place team right now. Evos winning one of the games earlier. Again, this competition is no joke. Everybody is good. And again, they go out early.
They do have to watch out. And look at this. Gang of Stars just passing by CPT. They probably don't want that fight just yet. And something I'm starting to notice here by Gang Stars, they are starting to get on top of the mountains now. They might have noticed a little bit from LHW and GTW going pretty much on those hills, at the top of the hills, and they want to go ahead and maybe mimic a little bit of their gameplay as well.
Indeed. Hero coming across right now on the boats from the southern island, or at least wrapping around here. They're going to be coming up from Primorsk here shortly. There we've also got BTR in a boat as well. Lots of positioning and jockeying for spots going on here. RRQ, D2E getting another finish there on the Terror Squad from India.
The Terror Squad just not playing like their actual name. They're not terrorizing anybody. They're just playing super passive.
Look at this boat. It's in trouble, man. If this guy gets spotted, this could be trouble for BTR here. He's driving way out in the zone. They're driving the wrong way. What are we doing here, guys? The zone is the way you're driving. They're going to probably hang out and just look to come in late.
just try to maybe fake out some people. We saw that a little bit in the NA finals. I believe it was Wildcard when they were just playing with 3 players at one point. They were able to just wrap around the military base and just...
They're trying to come into Prim without being noticed. They went way away from shore, so they wouldn't be noticed. They're going to be coming into Prim behind everybody else. It's going to be tough, though. And there it is, Hero. Oh, man, this is tough. Pyra absolutely destroying that boat.
Hero jumps out. He jumped out just in time.
He saw the health on his boat, and he was like, listen, I ain't about to stand for this. And look at this. This boat we know is lit up.
Gotta watch out. He might be able to blow him up. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Pyra being able to go in and finish their Hero official. He still has to be careful.
He knows there's somebody in there. Yeah, he knows there's somebody in the water. Foxer jumped out just in time. He knew he blew up the boat, didn't get the kill. And look at that. He just spotted the team that came up.
Huge push here by GG as they just go ahead and push that compound. Interesting stuff, though, because KWCD has the
huge play. Justice with the huge play for Korea. That was an amazing job with the gross up from the top of the roof, getting 2 knocks there.
Bad plays there by GG as they just got absolutely demolished. They thought they had the advantage there by rushing in. Little did they know KWC had some people on the roof and just finished them slowly. Actually, finished them super fast.
Yeah, you had June coming around the corner there on the flank, getting the finishes on those knock players. One interesting bit is the guys that just came across in Primorsk. Man, that was impressive. And then check this out. The longest kill distance so far by Gangstar's Pyra. 364 meters on that last mini shot taking out the boat. Very impressive.
Hey, a record is a record. And look at this. C9 Rolex just now starting to destroy people from full send. Katarina goes out. Exclusive is very close by, and he has to watch out because Exclusive finished off Hot Jukes earlier.
That's right. She's looking to get some more...
Ooh, you can't stay still for too long. These teams will start moving and getting angles on you. And C9 Rolex now getting some damage there, jumping around, trying to figure out where currently Ollie Pocket is. Little does he know Ollie Pocket is laying down. Carnage does notice her. Carnage starting to get some damage there from Ollie Pocket. He has to back up a little bit.
It's now up to Fandy. Fandy's all the way on her own right now, trying to save the squad. Looks like Rolex and Carnage good to heal up. And look at this. This is an interesting strategy here for sure. We'll see if it pays off here in just a moment. No, it doesn't. They shoot the bush. Kodo sees her. Vandy goes out. I like the strategy, though. You know you're not going to win that gunfight 1v4. You just better hope for the best, and unfortunately, the best didn't happen for her. Good games to full send on that one.
Might as well just lay down in the bush, wait a little bit, but unluckily for her, Kodo was just too eagle-eyed there in destroying her. Now, C9 Sam still having the Uzi. Look at this.
Yeah, Uzi's a really good choice, in my opinion. I like that gun a lot, and as long as you've got your main weapon, the Uzi can work out really, really nice in close quarters.
An interesting place we have here as LHW is very close by Sute. I don't think LHW has noticed that anybody is close by. He uses that new feature in the game, which pretty much if you're running and you crouch, it is going to go ahead and throw you to the ground. That way you go down a lot faster. So smart plays there by him.
You see the shots coming in from distance here. Sute definitely aware that he's there. Oh my goodness. He spots him, knocks him with the nade. Absolutely zero chance for Zute there. Eliminated with no problems there by LHW.
LHW, look at this. And every single time they see somebody, they want to go ahead and back them up. They're saying, no, you don't want any of this. And now,
Terror Squad coming in. They just got shot at by LHW, got weakened, and now they're hitting a compound that's occupied by the other Chinese team, the Comfortable Penguin team.
Terror Squad. Pretty much losing one there earlier too. I believe it was RRQ, if I'm not mistaken. Still playing super passive, and CPT just waiting patiently. They have a Groza.
They got it over on the side there. Just kind of
what they need. Illuminate, yes. Illuminate throwing some smokes here, trying to get some cover. But look at this. He knows that he got shot there by LHW. Does he really want that fight? I don't think you do. Just play patiently as you've been playing it the whole time.
All Chinese players round out your top 5 in kills right now. GT Akan rocking 14 kills to his name. That's 4 more than the second place person.
Look at all the grenades CPT7 is just going to go ahead and throw there. That is absolutely insane, as he does have a squad pulling up on him. KWCD pulling up
just
a little bit too aggressive there. A little bit too aggressive. As you mentioned, everybody has every angle covered there. You don't want to go ahead and you don't want to see that happen. That's the second time we see that happen now.
Looks like Cloud9 is approaching as well. This is a really, really solid compound hold right now by CPT.
Different angles. People in different places.
Look at the mini-map and all the squads in the area.
My goodness. I'm loving the action. I'm loving the IQ of the players here today as they are just making sure their back is just covered. As we now got KWCD pushing by CPT, able to destroy him there, and CPT just starting to clear out the bottom floor, making sure he finishes off people and also picking them up.
We've got CPT holding the compound here. Terror Squad trying to move their way in. Nades coming here shortly. Oh, wow. Amit takes a little bit of damage there. He's hanging out in the house, going to apply some bandage, patch up his wounds, and they're going to be looking to fight again here shortly.
Patch up as fast as he can. And look, see, Galaxy now gets there, but they're currently getting knocked down left and right there by RRQ. And Arab Madness trying to get down on Quarry, trying to get some cover from some kind of building because he does have RRQ coming up behind him.
It looks like they're making their way down to the quarry. Arab Madness holding court here. They definitely have the early position, but that's a tough place to defend. Not a lot of spots to hide. The zone here, though, right in the middle of the quarry and just a little bit south there in the open field. So it should be interesting for sure.
And something to point out there, the first teams that were actually in the zone, LHW and GTW being in the zone, ladies and gentlemen. So great movement there by him, great rotations.
Look at this
shot. Now we're seeing Carnage getting shot up. They have to go ahead and jump out of this car because if not, they're going to go ahead and get blown up.
I mean, this is crazy. They cannot drive anywhere without just being completely destroyed. And look at that. Car blows up. Rolex goes down again. Who is it? LHW just completely destroying vehicles. Anybody that goes by is not safe.
C9 Sam goes down. C9
White
Kodo goes down as well.
Oh, this is trouble again for Cloud9.
Cloud9 gets taken out by LHW. LHW wants that win.
There's
They're taking out everybody's terror.
Carnage goes down. LHW again comes out on top from that one.
And Torty here just trying to finish somebody off. Torty now starting to get shot from the side. He actually gets pretty much pushed. Barbosa actually. Sorry about that. He gets pushed and King is now just laying down as Torty is starting to push the action a little bit towards the top of that hill.
Appa's pushing the top of the hill, trying to finish off Barbarossa, but at the top, King is waiting. King misses the shots with the UMP, and unfortunately, he is another knockdown for Arab Madness.
And guess who's there to pick up the kills? LHW, RRQ now starting to push up. This is going to be a good fight as RRQ is starting to push up against LHW.
Another vehicle explosion there for LHW. They're able to take out more people with vehicles. Pyra down, and Illuminate rolls up right on him, finishes him off, and the rest of Gangstar's out in the zone currently.
And Gangstar's in a bad spot here. As you mentioned, out in this zone. And look at this. LHW now sniping people away. They have 10 kills to their names already. And now here comes the knock, baby. Just picking them apart from far, actually.
Impressive stuff here. LZD from Doyu just absolutely destroying from range there. Taking his time, semi-automatic fire, picking them apart. We got Ed here trying to return fire from GT Doyu.
Ed currently just waiting patiently as he might be the only one currently. Actually, he's the second one currently up from his team. Look at this. LHW just letting it rain on him.
LHW is fighting 5 squads at the same time right now. They literally have 5 squads on the ropes, and they're not even feeling pressure at the moment.
They're just backing everybody up. They're showing dominance, pretty much. That's what it is. They are showing them, hey, we are here. We are kings of this hill. You ain't coming anywhere near us.
Oh, look at the grenade coming here from G9.
G9. Is he going to be able to go ahead and get that kill? Here comes the smokes, actually. There's going to be a lot more smokes as he wants to go ahead and pick up his teammates and apply some bandages and all that stuff because, ladies and gentlemen, we got 8 teams left, 21 people alive, and the circle is starting to get smaller as Akan and 6 Scott gets taken out there by Doyu Ace.
Ace, I mean, these guys are racking up kills right now, getting knocks. There's another one that looks like 13 now for these guys. Unreal.
RRQ stealing that kill there from LHW. Interesting stuff as they were able to pretty much pick up some easy kills by him. And look at this, CPT now going up against LHW.
Interestingly enough, Gangstars did make it out of the zone. It looked like they were really out of position. With all the other fighting going on, they got lost track of. Zuxi getting knocked. Ever Fury taking care of him, and then Elusu as well taking care. There's so many squads fighting right now. It's literally anyone's game. They got to find cover. Lots of trees in the middle here, but otherwise an open field. I think smokes are going to go into play shortly.
Angry gets taken out there by CPT-17, and there goes Ever Fury. Gainstars is now out, ladies and gentlemen. Higher placing than the previous games, so that's good for them. They might go ahead and get in a group. And GT Doyu just waiting patiently. Somebody's right next to him, and he's not even shooting. The patience on this man, it is insane.
Really good patience there from GT Doyu. top of the hill. CPT in the middle of a fight right now with LHW. We got RRQ, D2E finally getting knocked.
Now, interesting stuff here is that LHW does not have the circle advantage to them. At least not anymore. Pretty much, they're going to have to figure out a way to get there as soon as possible. They got 44 seconds to figure this out. As CP then is just pretty much leading right. And here we go. RRQ G9 knows that they're currently he's got LHW at a disadvantage. So he's going to go ahead and just let those bullets drop.
Looks like they're pushing the flank on him a little bit. Ed's still hanging out on the flanks right now, unnoticed. Trying to catch somebody by the element of surprise here. Looks like LZD is down, but look at the return fire right away. Ace coming back and knocking Lucio.
WA is getting some shots right there as CPT is also, they're pretty much just trading shots back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. Now here comes the smokes. They know they're going to have to push. They're starting to push. They're pretty much picking people up as they're running towards the circle. LHW having a strong game here today.
They still don't know Ed's there. Ed has not fired a shot. He's been laying prone. He finally decides it's time to pop up. Unfortunately, doesn't get anybody, and he's going to be knocked.
Ed waited just a little bit too long there, as now we have the final two, ladies and gentlemen. We got RRQ versus LHW. Let us know who do you think is going to win this game, because LHW is now going for the push. They only have two players. One of them gets knocked from this side. RRQ laying down, waiting patiently. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. RRQ gets the win. LHW, even though they had a great game, they finished on the second spot.
Again, huge numbers. LHW, once again, has put up 16 or more kills in a game. Wow. RRQ Athena getting the victory, though. Really impressive stuff from them. They had a lot of really good fights. D2E really carrying a lot of the load for them earlier on against the Terror Squad. Pop about to win into the buildings. And then they also came in and took out Wildcard as well with that aggressive push. So really, really solid games for them all the way around.
Definitely. That's something I like to see. That's something that we mentioned throughout the match is you want to be aggressive. When you have people knocked down, you want to go ahead and push the action and finish them off, because the kills do come into play. As we just seen the Chinese teams get a bunch of kills. They're pretty much... We saw, as you mentioned, LHW was fighting 5 teams at the exact same time.
Hey, valiant effort from them. They made it all the way to second place that game, and 1 million kills, it seemed like, to boot. But again, really kind of taking out all kinds of vehicles and whatnot. Just everybody that drove by, they were not afraid to pull the trigger.
RRQ Athena with the chicken dinner at the end. But oh boy, does China continue to look so scary. LHW, CPT, and GTW 3rd through 4th as well. But let's not take away anything from RRQ there. They were able to find the perfect spot, especially that flanking position towards the end and that final moments against LH. It was phenomenal.
That was really, really good stuff from them. All of those teams positioned so well. And just how, I mean, the way they held that ground, didn't miss shots, blew up vehicle after vehicle, and put out so much pressure was just so impressive.
Suppression fire just pretty much everywhere, completely honest, everywhere. It turned out to be the circle wasn't on their side, and I think that's what actually hurt them.
Yeah, definitely. So overall, really racking up quite a lot of points to try and catch up with our Chinese leaders at the moment here, but it's still going to be difficult, because you were mentioning that our Chinese teams there before had already gotten so many kills themselves, even in that round itself.
I mean, it's early, right? We keep saying it's early.
Yeah.
But it's going to be late here before long if these other teams don't turn it on. You can't continue to give up firsts and thirds and seconds to these teams and let them at the same time put up 15+ kills.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights from game number 3, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. As obviously there was a lot of kind of back and forth game fighting even going on in that previous game, with a lot of kind of aggressive moves that we already saw. GTW at the very beginning over at school was one of those aggressive moves, 7, which really was impressive with a start from 6 God getting those 2 knocks.
It definitely was, as we see some of the teams there just getting ready for the match. And we are going to be showing you some of the highlights here, but as you mentioned, I honestly think if LHW would have had the circle there, they might have just go ahead and edge that game. And Rolex being able to go ahead and knock people out. And GT, this is one of the best plays of the game right here. Knocking one down and
watch the car fly by right here.
Out of nowhere, the car.
Unbelievable push here. I mean, I just love the calculated risk here. They do lose a player, but again, with that type of numbers disadvantage, you're able to pick them back up, get back in the fight without much risk.
And right here, Lucifer and the Wildcard squad just being able to destroy BRK. That's huge for them. And RRQ over here once again, pushing the action. We're seeing a lot of teams being aggressive, and it's working out for them.
Definitely. Evo's there trying to save their members. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Big Russian bot. Europe's second place finisher. Absolutely pummeled him for that. Check this out. Longest kill of the tournament so far. Pyra from 364 meters with the mini taking out the boat. And Hyro is going to go down.
Hyro once again getting caught pretty much out in the open, or at least in a vehicle and getting blown up. That grenade was just wonderful.
Zute, are you hungry? Here, eat a grenade.
He wasn't even expecting that. I didn't even know how he saw him. That man is just insane. And right here, Arab man is just letting the bullets drop. He didn't get caught just laying down for too long in third parties. That's something that we're seeing a lot towards the end of the game. People just pretty much getting third party.
You see CPT here holding their defensive position on that hill. They got the lower part of it. And again, fighting against LHW. Really, really tough fight here. And again, look at the amount of bullets coming out. No recoil. And just really, really supreme fighting there from LHW. Unfortunately, not able to get him the victory. RRQ Athena coming through in the clutch, getting the victory as the zone moved away from LHW.
And all importantly, RRQ was the team that got #1 when it came to the Asian qualifier. They were victorious against a lot of these high-octane Asian competition that we saw in their regional finals. So they're able to rack up quite a lot of kills. But here are the kill rankings from team kill rankings, even I should say. Overall, an LHW 40 now in 3 games.
40. I mean, just the fact that they are worth 15 points apiece. You guys can see the difference between the top 3 teams and the rest of the field right now. That is going to be a massive gap to keep up. That's why I'm saying that in the teams that are not placing in the top right now, they really have to focus on placement and quick, or this is going to be a runaway in a hurry.
And LHW Ace there, just 15 kills in LHW LCD with another 15 kills. 30 kills between 2 players after 3 games.
And a third one of their players sitting at number 6 overall in the tournament. 3 players from the same team, all of the top 6 in kills.
Unless you're from China, you have to be brothers with G9 and D2E managing to sneak into that top 10 as well there for RRQ. And overall, just such impressive play. It's rare that you see that kind of consistency coming into a tournament, but there you have it so far from our top teams. Looking at comparing these standings at the moment, of course, 16 squad kills apiece for both of these teams in that previous game, I should say, and very close, but RRQ managed to squeak it out at the end.
Are these guys going to get targeted in future games here? We know they've dropped Noble every single game. I mean, it's one of those things where do teams start strategizing now to start limit? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're not playing to move on here. We're playing for the money. This is all the prize pool is on the line. Here are your round 3 standings.
And that's something that I am definitely going to go ahead and start seeing. Our team's going to go ahead and start just pushing them from the get-go. Not letting them get comfortable. Not letting them pretty much loot up for so long. And RRQ Athena getting 740 points. LHW getting 605 points. Just insane amount of points by these teams and kills alone.
I mean, this was a massive round for RRQ to put themselves back on the board, right? Not only is it huge points for #1, but it's also huge points for kills, where compared to the 3 top Chinese teams that we've seen so far in the few rounds, they were far behind, but RRQ is now managing to catch up a little bit.
Definitely. One of the quiet performers of the day has been Big Russian Bot. Again, hanging out in the top, little bit of the standings, 5th or 6th pretty much every game. Total score, though, here are your 4 top teams, and they have distanced themselves quite a bit. CPT still holding out the top spot right now by a fair bit over GT Doyu and LH Doyu, and then you got RRQ Athena right behind in 4th place.
We're definitely seeing this team starting to run with it. It's going to go ahead and turn out in pretty much the next game and also in day 2. What are the teams, for example, like Gangstars or Big Russian, but what are they going to go ahead and start doing? Are they going to go ahead and just start pushing a lot more of the action? And as example, Wildcard as well. Do they want to go ahead and just get more kills? Because right now they're sitting on the 12th spot. So they need those kills for the points, and they also need the win.
They really do. Right now, the field is wide open from everywhere, 5th on down. All of those teams with one good performance could jump over everyone, but unfortunately right now, they really got to start working on those top 3 or 4 teams, man. They've really put a gap between them.
And it's not as if we're seeing a lot of this aggression come towards the late game or anything like that.
Right.
If they see the opportunity, they're willing to take it early game, which isn't a very common trait in PUBG or PUBG Mobile.
Right, you saw a little bit of patience from GT Doyu early on with them looking down at the Terror Squad inside of the compound, just north of the bridge there. That was the only real, super patient thing we saw. Other than that, it was just lots of aggression, lots of shots.
Yeah, definitely. 7 overall. What do you make of it?
Aggressive is paying off. We're just seeing aggressive teams are pretty much they're getting what they want. GT Doyu getting those kills, pushing the action. LH Doyu as well. Just aggressive styles is paying off right now.
Yeah, definitely. So, crazy stuff from our first 3 games. Of course, we only have 1 more game left here today. You guys excited for our final game?
I'm so pumped. I want to see how this shakes out. I want to see if any of the other teams in this tournament can really come put their stamp on it and start climbing up the leaderboards to challenge some of these Chinese teams.
Yeah, we've been saying it's early, but it's day 1 is almost over. Some of these teams need to go ahead and step it up a little bit more and start pretty much just chopping down on those top 3 teams.
Yeah, it's a really good point that you bring out because, yeah, we say early, but then by the time this day is done, that's 33% of the tournament.
That's right.
Completely
I'm going to keep
finished.
saying it's early until it's not. So we're a third of the way through.
All right, let's head down to the stage with an interview to hear from our winners.
Welcome back, guys. We're here on the stage with RRQ's D2E. They were just able to pick up the win from the 3rd official round here. So we're going to ask them some interview questions, as always, with our little telephone game that we have going on here. So first question I'm going to ask is, you're the 3rd Thai team to win, and a bunch of these other Chinese teams are also performing very well. But who do you feel like is your biggest competition in the entire tournament? Is it another Thai team or perhaps a Chinese team?
你是第3支来自泰国的队伍赢了，然后你觉得哪一队是最强的对手？
เรามี3ทีมที่เป็นตัวแทนของประเทศไทยมาร่วมการแข่งขันครั้งนี้แล้วขอถามว่าคิดว่าทีมไหนจะเป็นทีมที่แข็งที่สุดที่เรากลัวที่สุด
ทีมไทยเหรอครับ
ใช่ค่ะ
อีโวสฮะทุกคนน่ากลัวหมดฮะ
他说是
Evos.
Okay, so that makes sense. A lot of very strong Thai teams here. They feel like EVOS is probably their biggest competition. So, second question here. You guys were able to win the Asia region. They got 1st place over there in Thailand. So, I'm just curious, do you guys have the confidence to get 1st place here in the global finals?
亚洲预选赛得了第1名，你们有信心赢这次比赛吗？成为这次的冠军吗？
ถามว่าคือคิดว่าตัวเองจะได้ที่1ในโลกไหมคะ
คิดครับคิดไว้แต่ก็ไม่ประมาทฮะเพราะว่าทีมจีนเขาคงมาตรฐานไว้ดีอยู่ครับ
他说那个就是他说是有信心的，但是也不敢100%的确定。
We have confidence, but we're not 100% sure.
Okay, well, that's good to hear that they do have confidence. Hopefully, they can become a little bit more sure as the days do go along. So, give a big hand for D2E and RRQ, who are able to pick up the win in our 3rd round. You guys can now go off the stage as we are going to do our next big raffle we got going on here. And today, guys, this is going to be the biggest gift we are going to give away to one lucky person in the audience right now. We are going to be giving away one Samsung Galaxy Note 9 for a lucky member of the audience. And I'm going to be taking a ticket out of this here box and see who is going to get that. So ready your tickets, and if it does match up, I will call out your ticket name. Ticket number 1444. 1,444. Anyone out there? 1,444. 1444. Okay. We're gonna have to do it again. Nobody over there? Oh. Looks like maybe we have a winner. I'm not sure. Perhaps not. Okay, I suppose we'll have to go on to the next. I don't think. No. Yeah, I think we have to draw again. So, next ticket here. Okay, well, this ticket is ripped. And because of that, I'm going to pick another ticket. Sorry about that. All right, feeling around. Gonna try to pick a full ticket this time. Okay, number 1522. 1522. Anyone out in the audience with 1522? Nobody? Okay, we'll select another ticket then. Be careful with that box. It's got a lot of good tickets in there. Hopefully full tickets. Okay. Let's try this again. Number 1434. 1434. 1434. Nobody? Okay, on to the next one. All right, I found another one. Okay, number 644. 644. Nobody? Really? Okay. We're just doing this until somebody gets picked, so I suppose you guys are lucky about that. I don't feel any other tickets except the other half of the RIP ticket, so I suppose we can do the RIP ticket from before. If I can find it in this pile, okay. All right, got it. Now I can't exactly... Okay. It is number 755. 755. Anybody? No? Well, there's no more tickets in the box. We're gonna need to go and move to the next box. We have other boxes prepared with, hundreds and hundreds of different tickets, so I suppose we'll wait until they pick up the next box. Okay, well, apparently not. That's gonna do it for this segment, guys. I suppose we'll be back in the next segment to potentially give you a Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Sorry we weren't able to get anyone this time around, but that's gonna do it for now. We'll see you guys after the break.